miles from you. So I'm gonna let you go. Oh boy, if you only knew. Not a day goes by without you on my mind. You couldn't go on together. You said nothing lasts forever. Though you can't deny, hold it all inside. No, you can trust me, just close your eyes, knowing that I'm around. I'll be around. Yeah. You're not scared of love, just scared of love. Alright, alright, enough. Just tell me if you want my love or not, or not. 'Cause I don't wanna be that one. Still a million miles from you, yeah. So I'm gonna let you go. Oh boy, if you only knew. Not a day goes by without you on my mind. You couldn't go on together. You said nothing lasts forever. Though you can't deny, hold it all inside. No, you can trust me, just close your eyes, knowing that I'm around. I don't wanna be that one. No, still a million miles from you. So I'm gonna let you go. You go. Oh boy, if you only knew. Not a day goes by without you on my mind. You couldn't go on together. You said nothing lasts forever. Though you can't deny, hold it all inside. No, you can trust me, just close your eyes, knowing that I'm
Tell him I need my money right now. Promise that you they stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. But don't waste my energy, my energy. I don't got much, don't be wasting all my energy. I keep it tight, don't let nobody get close to me. My heart is right, don't question my integrity. No, I thought we would be just fine, and I thought your heart was like mine. But let me find out, you've been going around throwing shots, running plots. Come on, man, tryna block my blessings, but no need for comparisons. What's from me won't be from me. Yeah, I'ma go through just to grow through. But pay me what you owe me for, I make what you've been saying about me true, true. Tell him I need my money right now. Promise that you stay stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. Don't waste my loyalty, my loyalty. I let you in back then because I couldn't see. But now it's clear you ain't ever been true to me. My intuition ain't ever lied, I had to leave. Handle your business, do what you think you need to do to get your revenge. But you won't break me, God as my witness. Past the point of no return, I'm on a mission. Tryna block my blessings, but no need for comparisons. What's from me won't be from me. Yeah, I'ma go through just to grow through. But pay me what you owe me for, I make what you've been saying about me true, true. Tell him I need my money right now. Promise that you stay stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. Don't waste my
she's putting all of her cards down on the table, knowing there's no way that you'll be able to win this one. But she's somebody else in the making. First, she just gotta stop all the faking, and she'll be there. But she's wondering if it's gonna feel like she's forever. Wondering if it's gonna feel like this whenever she leaves her safe space. She leaves her safe space. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that will make her feel better? Make her feel better. Then that's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. Somebody say, don't be afraid of loving yourself, 'cause that is all you got in the end. You got in the end. But she's wondering if it's gonna feel like she's forever. Wondering if it's gonna feel like this whenever she leaves her safe space. She leaves her safe space. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that will make her feel better? Make her feel better. That's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. Talking to myself 'cause I don't know what I want. Yeah, I'm here talking to myself like someone's gonna respond. I'm getting tired of myself 'cause I don't know what I want. But I'm not out here on my own. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that'll make her feel better? Make her feel better. And that's where she'll go. 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 Talking to myself 'cause I don't know what I want. Yeah, I'm here talking to myself like someone's gonna respond. I'm getting tired of myself 'cause I don't know what I want. But I'm not out here on my own.
Yeah. I want a house in the hills I pay big bills for. I ain't got in pocket. I wanna empty out my wallet. I wanna stop motion, stand still. Wallace and Gromit. I wanna talk more endlessly. I wanna neurotically vomit. I want more dollars from my mama. I want a palace in Prada. I want a Gucci bag where I can store my sorrows and hardships. I wanna gold plate my partners. I want endless tomorrows. I want a lot more than I got right now. That's the problem. You could give me every little thing I'd ever want, but I'd never have enough till the day I had it all. Yeah, you can give me every little thing I ever want, but I'd never have enough till the day I had it all.
Oh, I see what you want, baby, but it might be just a little more than I can give you.
Second thought, I want $1 for everyone, not just for my mama. I wanna hit the ball out on random pedestrians. I want my questions to be answered till my brain bored and questionless. I want more self-assurance. I don't ever want to second guess. I want someone to shut the fuck up. Lest he trying to tell me yes again. I want so many best friends that I can't tell what friendship is. I want the diamonds, gold, and glitter. I want fast cars I'll never whip. I want it all till I'm empty in my castle of everything.
Oh, I see what you want, baby, but it might be
Yeah.
just a little more than I
Come on.
can give you.
I want a cushy job that pay big bills and cheap thrills. Wanna mob out with my homies like Timmy, Tommy, and Dill. I'm not trying to be famous, okay, maybe a lil. Since I'm a rapper, I should buy me some grills and gold frills that I can sleep on while I contemplate pills and peep on, hold still. Might sedate you, just a fire at will. I got an appetite for hardship, big fish meets krill. Don't sleep, don't spill, I ain't got my fill. I want the beauty queen to make me show my pearly whites. The type of movie scene that make you count your blessings twice. It's not the only thing that's on my list, I checked it twice and sent it off to Santa's elves like I've been playing nice.
I see what you want. Oh, I see what you want. Oh, I see what you want. But it might be
A little more than I
give you.
You broke my heart a million times. Can't count the times I made you cry. Oh, we're such a mess now, and we're burning out. I get so sad at the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. You still look perfect as the day goes by. Even the worst ones hate, they make me smile. I stop the world if it would give us time, yeah, to work things out, to work things out.
Good morning.
To work things out, yeah, yeah.
Let's get started,
To
y'all.
work things out, to work things out.
I feel fresh.
Oh, yeah.
I feel
To work
energized.
things out, to work things out.
I'm ready, y'all.
Can we be honest?
Can we be honest?
You're my comfort zone.
You're my comfort soul.
Whatever I say, don't let me go.
I know you're angry, babe,
and
I am cold.
I get so sad at the thought.
Everybody
of
type
losing you.
in the chat. It's working.
I'm losing you. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. You're still perfect as the day goes by. Even the worst ones hate, they make me smile. I stop the world if it would give us time.
The system is working, y'all.
To work things out.
The system is working. All you gotta do is type chat. Type salute in the chat.
To work things out. Yeah, yeah. To work things out. To work things out.
There we go. We back to giving shit away. We giving it away.
To work things out. To work things out.
Every time you type salute in the chat, it's gonna say, hey, we got you. You're present and accounted for.
To work things out. To work
And you're now
things
entered
out.
into the live chat contest today.
To work things out.
Everybody type salute.
To work things out.
Got my system working. I see the names. They're loading. Stephen Day, Miss Drea, Lakeisha, LaRonda, RCC 72, Detroit. Hayakai's in the system. It's working, you guys. We are back 100%. My system is working. I worked out all the kinks. All you got to do is type. Excuse me. All you got to do is type salute in the chat. Big Bad Bull just loaded up over here. Let's see. Cool. Cool. It is working, you guys. I'm so happy. Imagine going through customer service for 3 weeks, damn near a month, just to get things working the way you need them to. So happy about that. Let me minimize this control panel. Minimize my control panel. You guys don't believe me? You believe me it's working, or you don't believe me? You believe Shan? See, I'm gonna show you here. Where's my screen? Come over here. Let me show you guys. Oop, don't want to do that. Boom, boom, boom. See your names right here? See your names? Your names are loading up. Your names are loading up. Look at that. Jomo Cousins and Stephen Day, Kimberly Versilo, and Miss Dre and Lakeisha, and Big Bad Bull, and Hayakai is in the system, and LaRonda, and RCC 72. You guys are all in the contest system that's running now. All you got to do, this is for everybody that's watching the show. All you got to do is type salute in the chat. And at the end of the show, I give away a gift card. Trust me, you want it. People, when I give these gift cards away, y'all go shopping. Yeah, y'all go shopping. You like this t-shirt I'm rocking right now? This t-shirt I'm rocking? You want one in your size? All you got to do is type salute in the chat. That's all you got to do. And it'll work. Look at that. Look, what is that name? Capella? Capella just loaded up in the system. So whoever Capella is, type salute. They must have went over and typed. I'm not watching the chat. I'm not looking at it. I'm just looking at my system over here. So whoever Capella is must have typed salute in the chat, because look, they're right here. Right now we got 10 people in here. And there's Capella's name loaded up. So the system is monitoring. It's listening for you guys to type the word salute in the chat. And then boom, you're entered. And then at the end of the show, I come over here, I close the entries, right? I don't know if you can see that. Let's do it like this. I come over here, I close the entries, and then I hit pick a winner right here in the middle. And then once I pick a winner, the system pack, and it snaps a winner up. I don't do it. It's all automatic, you guys. It's all automatic. Anyways, good morning, everybody. Let's get it going. I'm so excited to read. I'm so excited to read more of this book. It's almost like, you ever been in, you remember how you were when you was after summer break, when you were in high school or in maybe elementary school or in middle school during summer break? Oh, look, Snuggles' name just showed up. Hey, Snuggles. Snuggles668, she just entered into the contest. Shout out to Snuggles, who's always supporting all you guys. I love all you guys. Love me some Snuggles. Love RCC. Love my guy, Big Bad Bull. You guys are all just amazing people. Lakeisha already knows I love her. Jomo, Kimberly, Kimberly knows I love her. LaRonda, I'm loving on LaRonda. She's supporting. She comes to our workouts and she comes to our show. So let me minimize that. Let me get back over here to my the proper screen. All right, there's now I can see this. Now I can see the chat. Now I can see the chat. Scrolling up. Oh, we got a super chat? How y'all let me miss a super chat? Did everybody throw your ones up? Did everybody throw? And we got Bolo in the house. Oh my, what the hell? What's going on? We got Bolo in the house. Okay, before we start, everybody, wait a minute, let me adjust my computer. Did everybody take your multivitamins? I'm big on health. Did everybody take your multivitamins this day? I'm 49 years old, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm telling you what I know, not what I heard, not what I read, and not what somebody told me. I'm telling you firsthand experience. There is a real fountain of youth. It starts with taking your multivitamins every day. I took all 7 of mine. Remember, I told you I take supplements so I don't have to take prescriptions. I take supplements so I don't have to take prescriptions, but we all need to take multivitamins. So hopefully everybody took their multivitamin today. And if it slipped your mind, I just reminded you. So go grab it. Run to the kitchen or the medicine cabinet and grab your multivitamin for the day. Right? Pop one. You need it. Because it's not part of the we don't get all the nutrients that we should have in the food we eat in the American diet. If you don't have a multivitamin at your house, if you've ran out, please open up another window, go to CVS, go to GNC.com, or go to Amazon and add one to the cart. Multivitamins are inexpensive. They don't cost much. It is one of the best investments. You get one of the best return on investments in multivitamins. Multivitamins is one of your best return on investments on the planet. I took mine. Now, I drink BCAAs, so I drink a ton of water. It became difficult for me to just drink pure water. Now, I'm a soldier in the military. I used to drink it like a fish, but it became more and more difficult. But you know what? If you take BCAAs, which is your amino acids. Shout out to Big Bad Bull. I'm gonna get to you in a second, Big Bad Bull. But I want to make sure, see how my system, whenever anybody gives a super chat over here, it immortalizes them on the screen. Anyways, back to this. BCAAs. It became difficult for me to just drink pure water. So I started taking BCAAs. What is BCAAs? That's your amino acids. There's 7 essential amino acids that we should all have. We used to get those when we ate off the land. Centuries ago, we used to get it in the food that we eat. But today in this processed food, in this fast food day and age, we're not getting the amino acids we need. So get your BCAAs. Here's the cheat code though, when it comes to drinking water. Oh man, drinking water is kind of tough. If you take your BCAAs and you mix Snuggles, thank you for your support. I'm gonna get to all these super chats in just a second. Then we're gonna read this wonderful book. I got great minds here. Y'all, I got my man Bolo's in the house. What the hell? Bolo done pulled up. So listen, let me finish. BCAAs are inexpensive. They're like $15 for a month supply. Once again, 50 cents. This is a 50-cent drink. This is a 50-cent drink. It lasts all day. I'm drinking a mango this week. There's no sugar, but it's sweet. It's like Kool-Aid for smart people, right? We got real Kool-Aid for the hood, full of sugar and shit, diabetes. And then you got Kool-Aid for healthy people. BCAAs is Kool-Aid for healthy people. And it's a cheat. I'm giving you guys the cheat codes to drinking water. Last month, I had cherry limeade. Oh, man, that was so good. Next month, I think I'm going to do strawberry banana or something like that. Some kind of strawberry, some kind of berry. This week, I'm doing mango. And I'd kill 2 of these per day. I kill 2 of these per day, but it's basically just water. It's just water. I don't drink Coca-Cola, 7-Up, Sprite, Mountain Dew, Sierra Mist. I don't drink none of that stuff, y'all. So if you want to find the fountain of youth, first it starts in the kitchen. It doesn't start at the gym. It starts in the kitchen. I want everybody to take your multivitamins, and I want everybody to take their BCAAs. Now, I got to address some things real quick, you guys. I want to come up and say hi to everybody in the chat, like my guy, Hayakai, but I had to skip you guys because, I mean, come on, let's be honest. Stephen Adate hit your boy off with a $10 super chat. Everybody throw your ones up.
Being number 1 isn't easy.
We always acknowledge people that bless this channel to keep us going. I was just talking to some of my employees this morning. I said, you know what, guys? I think I may have to reassign some of y'all over here to the content creation side of the business that's kind of abruptly hit us. I'm a fashion guy, and I have a fashion team. And we work downtown at my fashion studio. But I was like, yo, we may have to do a little bit less fashion and more content creation. I may have to, we're getting these the people are paying your payroll. They're covering the payroll over here with these super chats. So let's bump up the production value. Have you guys saw my new show called Check This Out? I've only done 2 episodes. Check This Out. That's a new episode. And the people that's helping me with that, I gotta start paying these people. I got associate producers that's going out and finding information. I'm gonna start sending them cash apps just for helping me out. I want to build this channel so I can provide wonderful stuff. And when I get super chats from people like Steven, who says, thank you for the knowledge you brought to my life. You know how good that makes me feel, man? Just to hear that from a stranger. I never met Steven. I don't know what Steven looks like. I don't know what this brother looks like. He doesn't even have a profile, an avatar. I have no idea what this brother looks like. I've never met him in my entire life, but somehow he transferred $10 of his hard-earned money from his bank account over to mine and said, thank you for what I'm providing him. That makes me feel fucking good. I don't know how you guys feel, but that makes me feel fucking good. Shout out to Steven. I appreciate
Being number 1 isn't easy.
Thank you for your investment in this channel by blessing me with $10. Thank you for your blessing, bro. And then I'm gonna scroll because I got more super chats. I got more super chats. And then my man, Big Bad Bull. Boom. He's always, by the way, Steven has blessed me before. He blesses me too. Big Bad Bull.
Being number one isn't easy.
Hoorah to the SR Army. Salute. Wait a minute. Did Big Bad Bull join the military? Did he join? Is Big Bad Bull a soldier, you guys? Did I miss it? Did we get any new soldiers today that I missed? Did we get any new soldiers today that I missed? Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. You got to hold on. I got to run over to my control panel real quick. I got to run over to my control panel. I got to see if any new soldiers came in here. Because if we got some new soldiers this morning that I missed, I'm about to acknowledge them. Go over here. Go to my YouTube control panel. Go to my memberships. And go to Big Bad Bull and join the army, y'all. Big Bad Bull and join the army, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me swing back. Big Bad Bull and join the soldiers this morning. His name's at the top of the list. Let me minimize this. Yes, my reminder's telling me to take my supplements. Yes, I took my supplements. Come back over here. Soldiers. Soldiers. Let's give a salute to Big Bad Bull.
Sir, yes, sir.
Soldiers, give a salute.
Sir, yes, sir.
Big Bad Bull. Soldiers, let's give a salute.
Sir, yes, sir.
To Big Bad Bull. He has joined the SR. We are not the U.S. Army. We are the SR Army. We're over here. We unlock perks for the members of this channel to be able to take their lives to the next level. We provide communication. We provide information. I do private channel member only lives. I do private channel member only videos. Monday nights, we watch movies that only the channel members can watch. Tonight, we're watching Indecent Proposal tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time in high definition, streaming straight to your computer. All of my members can watch that along with us tonight. Big Bad Bull is now has that perk and that membership of it, perk to be able to watch that movie with it if he so desires. Shout out to you, Big Bad Bull. And then he hit me with a super chat. First of all, he joined the army, and then he hit us with a super chat on his own to say, "Yo, I'm here." Where'd it go? Let me scroll. Where'd it go? Right here. Shout out to Big Bad
Being
Bull.
number one isn't easy.
Everybody, throw your ones up to Big Bad Bull and give him a salute.
Sir, yes, sir.
Big Bad Bull is a member of the SR Army. Hoorah. Hoorah.
Hooah.
And then Snuggles, she came in. Snuggles is like, so you are excited to read a book from a man who turned himself into a dating coach when he criticized dating coaches in the beginning, but good book? Yes. Yes, Snuggles, I am excited to read a book from a man who turned himself into a dating coach. Let me be clear. I am excited to read a book from a man who turned himself into a dating coach when he criticized dating coaches in the beginning. But good book. Yes, I am absolutely excited to read that book. You know why? Because the content is what matters. I don't care about how people get through their struggles. You know what? Let me tell you something about myself. So, based on what Snuggles just said, you guys, she said, are you excited to read a book from a man? Are you excited to read a book from a dating coach who criticized dating coaches? Snuggles says, Shannon, are you excited to read a book from a dating coach who criticized dating coaches? First of all, before we talk about that, everybody throw your ones up to Snuggles.
Being number one isn't easy.
See, Snuggles, she's that member. She's my subscriber that keeps a motherfucker on his toes. She'll hit you with a super chat and then make you think. Snuggles is not your average subscriber. And she does this everywhere she goes. It's not just me. She's not picking on me. She does this everywhere she goes. And then she does it with blessing people's channels. That's the kind of friends you want. See, you got those yes men, right? You got the people that hold you down. Oh man, everything you say is 100% is gospel. Snuggles is like, nah, fuck that. No, fuck that, not me. First of all, I'm gonna bless you. I'm gonna put 5 on it. And then I'm gonna ask you a question. And she does this all the time. I see her do it at other people's channels. She does it to me. She did it last night when we were talking about incest on the Check This Out show. Snuggles says, Shan, are you reading a book from somebody who's a dating coach now, but they criticized dating coaches before? Story time. 2008-ish, 2009-ish, Let me scroll, make sure we don't have any other super chats. Around 2008, 2009, I condemned gyms. For those that remember me on Facebook way back then, in the early days of Facebook, when I was trying to convene people, I told people, fuck a gym. You do not need to go to the gym. Why pay membership to 24-hour fitness? What's the point? Don't waste your $30, or at the time it was like $15 or $20. Don't waste $20 a month. You have a gym at home. You got weights at home. There's things that you can do at your own, in your own house. You got your body weight that you could use. Why would you pay a gym a membership to go up there, park, fight through traffic, to go to a gym to work out when you can work out in the comfort of your own home? Ladies and gentlemen, do not go to a gym. That was my biggest thing. I used to condemn gyms about 13, 14 years ago. About 13, 14 years ago, I used to tell people, don't go to a gym. Gym is a waste of money. Probably no different than Obsidian used to tell people about dating coaches. Like, why are you listening to a dating coach? She probably criticized dating coaches probably a little less than I criticized gyms, because I had a treadmill here and I used to run. This is when the iPhone first got its camera and its video and streaming. I used to run and people would run with me. Like, see, you don't need no gym. Fuck a gym. Don't waste your money on the membership. You could do it at home. And my results wasn't really showing much. Until one day around 2010. One day around 2010, a friend of mine named Nahisha Pettit, a good friend of mine named Nahisha Pettit, she was like, yo, come with me to the gym. And I was like, for what? She was like, it's a class in the gym. There's a class. You don't got to go to the workout area. I want you to go to this class. It was a kickboxing class. And it was at LAX. It was at 24-hour LAX. And Nahisha she was bad, fat ass, pretty fat. I was like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want me to do. This is back in my simp days, right? I'll do whatever you want me to do. Yes, baby. Want me to go to the gym so I can get to that? Yes, I'm going to the gym. So I went with her to the gym and she took me to my first kickboxing class. It was Taj. For those in LA that know, that's in the fitness world, you guys all know Taj, right? I went to Taj's first kickboxing class at 24-hour fitness LAX, 7 at night. And I kept up. I'm looking at people working out, doing their thing, working out. And I'm like, this is fucking amazing. And I had a chest heart rate monitor, and my heart rate monitor was like, yo, you just burned 1,100 calories in this gym. This is the same place that you tell everybody else not to work out, but at home, you only seem to burn like 500. You burn double the calories being in this gym, being motivated with other people and a bunch of good looking people and people that are shaped in the manner that you want to be. Nahisha said, come back with me again. This is a Monday night. Nahisha said, come back on Wednesday. I went back on Wednesday. Nahisha said, come with me on Friday. I have a buddy pass. You don't even have to pay. I came on Friday. Next thing you know, I got used to going to the gym and I started learning his moves. Then Nahisha was like, Shan, let's go work on our core. I was like, what are you talking about? Well, let's go down to now we're going to the 24-hour fitness on Slauson Boulevard. This is when it was still Magic Johnson's 24 hours, right? I was like, all right. So together, me and Nahisha was doing crunches and working on our core to burn our belly fat. And I'm looking at all these people in here and I was like, damn, this is motivating. This is the gym. And I had a gym membership. I had a Bally's membership way back in the Army days, but I let that go. And now I said, this is the new gym. Look at all these people. Is this what I was telling people to avoid? Is this what I was telling people? When I was hating on gyms, I ended up becoming an advocate of gyms. And now I don't get paid from any gyms, but I tell people that is where the fountain of youth is. So while I hear you, Snuggles, are you reading a book from somebody who criticized dating coaches but now became one? Yes, because I was somebody who once criticized gyms and now I promote them. People change. Times change. You've changed, Snuggles. There's something that you once hated or talked about that you now hate and promote. We don't know what it is. You know what it is. It's private. It's personal. I get it. But there's something there in your life. So yes, whenever the information is powerful, and that's what I'm getting from this book so far in the 8 chapters that we've read. Oh, I'm excited to read more. Absolutely. Shout out to Obsidian.
Hooah!
Shout out to Obsidian for writing this book. I'm happy to be here. I am happy to be here. Snuggles hit us with another super chat, you guys. What does she say? She says, thank you for understanding the concept of criticism and being honest with your answers and not being animalistic with your response. Prove them wrong.
Hooah!
Salute to my girl Snuggles. You know,
Being
Snuggles,
number one isn't easy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That came with wisdom. If you would have said that, if you would have said what you said to me, let's say 15 years ago, I would have snapped like the average 33-year-old would have, 34-year-old. I would have been, oh, what the fuck you talking? You don't know. I would have did all the shit that you probably experienced from younger people. It took a little bit of wisdom to realize, to sift through the sting of the criticism and absorb the message that you're actually giving me, Snuggles. See, I know that you're here to help, and that's why I appreciate you and I love you for being here. And you bless the channel, and you say things, you write it to you punch people. It's like, goddamn, girl, you got a good right hook. But okay, I see what you're saying. Why does everybody want to call me now? They always want to call when I'm live. Phone don't ever ring no other time. So thank you, Snuggles. Thank you. Yes, I understand exactly what you're doing, and I appreciate it, and I want you to keep it up. Keep up the good work. And it doesn't always have to come in super chats. When you write, people pay attention. Thank you, Snuggles. I appreciate you. Everybody throw your ones up to Snuggles for the
Being number one isn't easy.
And then we got hit again with my man RCC72 with a $10 super chat. RCC says accountability partners. Exactly. He hit us with the super chat, the $10 super chat. Now here's the thing. Accountability partners goes right into the fact that I got 3 people who blessed the channel with a super chat. That is, let me scroll up. We got Steven, Adate, and don't be trying to correct my writing, audit. No, I wrote it like I wrote it. Apple always trying to correct your shit. Not audit, I said Adate. Then we gonna go, it could be a dot, but it ain't audit. Then we got my man Big Bad Bull. And we got RCC72. These 3 brothers is the stream sponsor of the day. Let's throw that up on the screen. These 3 brothers just blessed this channel with a $10 super chat. They are together. They are all co-sponsors of today's show. Thank you so much. Accountability partners is what my man RCC72 said. Yes, that's why we work out 6 days a week. Today was our off day, but we work out 6 o'clock in the morning live right here on my channel, streaming it, showing us. We show you guys us struggling through this workout at 6 o'clock, and we go for about an hour. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. We did it yesterday morning. We're doing it tomorrow morning. Today was our day off. And RCC is one of my, this brother's my age. He is one of my accountability partners, you guys, and I'm one of his. So exactly, and that's what happened. That's how I ended up changing my mind on going to the gym. I used to hate the gym. I used to tell people, don't waste your money on the gym. I used to tell people, fuck the gym. Don't waste your money. You could do this. And I was trying to motivate, and let's go hiking. And I used to take people hiking and shit. I used to do all this other kind of stuff. You don't need no gym. Cancel your membership. That's what I used to tell people. Cancel your membership. You're wasting your money. And the next thing you know, I became one of the biggest advocates of the gym. And I had to change my mind. It took me to learn some things and to open my mind to realize that I was hurting myself. And the gym is one of the things that transformed my body into be healthy the way I am. So that's what happens for me. And that's what probably happened for my man Obsidian. Even though he could have been criticizing dating coaches at one point of his life, no matter how old we are, we go through transitions and we learn, we live and learn. And now he's a dating coach himself. So I understand him. Everybody throw your ones up. Throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
Am I saying that right, Stephen Adate? I'm saying it real bourgeois-like. I'm saying it rich, the rich way, the wealthy way. Stephen Adate. Stephen Adate hit us with a $20 super chat. You know what he did? He said, man, I want the top spot, bro. So he's at $30. He said, I need that top spot. You got it, boss. He didn't even say nothing. Here's his super chat. He didn't even say nothing. He just like, look, Shan, let me put 20 on it, man. I appreciate what you're doing, Shan. Let me put 20 on it. So now Stephen Adate is our stream sponsor at $30, supported to this channel. We are getting ready to read the Book of Obsidian, a manual for the 21st century American gentleman. I want everybody to tap in. I want you guys to go purchase this book. Please, the link is directly in my description. All you got to do is tap that. It'll take you straight to Amazon. And the book is about the price of a Happy Meal, roughly. It's about roughly the price of a Happy Meal. So get the book and you'll have it instantly so you can read along with me. But I need you guys to get the physical copy. You could get a signed copy from Obsidian himself. Big Bad Bull in with the dub. He's like, yo, look, Shan, he not going by himself, bruh. Steven ain't doing this alone. Big Bad Bull said, Steven ain't doing it alone. I had to add Big Bad. They going like this. You know, this is what men do. Big Bad Bull's like, nah, bruh, we both at 30. So now Stephen Adate and Big Bad Bull are both at $30. Thank you, bro. Everybody throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
Leticia, Steven, Miss Drea, everybody throw your ones up. Princessa did it. RCC did it. Shout out to my supporters. Shout out to the stream sponsors, Stephen Adate and Big Bad Bull. I appreciate you guys. Okay, we have to start a contest. We got to read, y'all. We got to read. You know, I know how men can get. Ladies, this is what men do. I'm just saying, we got our egos. Is like, nah, fuck that, Shan. Let me throw another 21 on it so I could be at 51. Shan, I need that spot, son. Because you know what happens is, if you guys have noticed at the beginning of the year, all of my live videos have a stream sponsor in the description at the head of the video. If you go back and look at all my videos, you'll see that I put your name as a stream sponsor for the future, for everybody to know. So whenever you can't even read the description of any of my videos anymore without seeing who blessed the channel. Okay, now. Hey, Steven, Big Bad Bull fucking with you. Big Bad Bull fucking with you, Steven. He fucking with you. I know how, you know what? Big Bad Bull was he was a motherfucker in the hood when you grew up. He fucked with everybody in the hood. He fucked with all the homies. He's like, no, nigga. What you doing? Sit tight. Sit tight. You ain't going by yourself. Big Bad Bull was like, you ain't going alone. Here, you put 21 on it, I got 21 on it. You know what it reminds me is that they sitting in the auction and you got two rich people, right? And they want this car. They want this exotic car and they're auctioning this car. And Steven is like, yeah, give me 20,000. And then Big Bad Bull, he rich too, so he over there saying 20. And then Steven look over like, motherfucker, you don't even want this car. God damn. All right, add 21,000, taking me to 51,000. And Big Bad Bull's like, yeah, 51. He like, I don't give a fuck. And then Stephen Adate is like, wait, what are you doing, bro? You see, I want the car, man. You don't even want the car. But when you got two rich people, Stephen Adate just threw his shit up. Like, look, he looked back and said, okay, look, 76,000. He said 76. And Big Bad Bull is over there saying, 76,000, huh? Okay. Big Bad Bull is like, should I fuck with him? Should I fuck with him? Let me update it. Let me update it, y'all. He's now at 70, 50, 51, 25, 76,000. 76,000. I want the car for 76,000. It goes straight to Stephen Adate only. Stephen is like, look, man, stop bidding, bruh. I need this car. Oh man, look, now you're being a bully. Now what I tell you, he's being a bully, y'all. He's being a bully. This is how y'all start the Mondays off? Steven, don't send no more super chats. I need to read. Everybody's here for me to read. They don't want to see men bucking up at each other. I know what we do. I know how we get down. But Steven, chill, son. Chill. No, don't send no more super. Spread it out. Okay. Thank you. My man C. Anthony Johnson is in the house, you guys. Everybody, throw your ones up to C. Anthony Johnson, Big Bad Bull, and Stephen Adate.
Being number one isn't easy.
C. Anthony Johnson came in, blessed the channel, says salute.
Hoo-ah!
My brother, ready for the breakdown. Yeah, let's go. Chill. Stephen, chill. Big Bad Bull, chill. I know we high value. I know we make money. I know y'all get money. I know you get money. Right? The ladies is paying attention to. I know it. Let's read though. Let's read. That's what we're here for. All right. We got 4 chapters to do today. Everybody, throw your ones up. My man,
being number one isn't easy.
And Big Bad Bull, the co-sponsors of today's stream. All right, here we go, y'all. Listen, we're reading the Book of Obsidian, a manual for the 21st century American gentleman. Let me give you guys the introduction since it's the beginning of the week. For those that have not heard of the Book of Obsidian, I want you to go purchase your copy. Click the link in my chat. It'll take you straight over to Amazon to the actual book. You can get the e-copy or the physical copy. I always recommend people getting the physical copy. If you want a signed copy, you can click on Obsidian's name. His name is linked in the description as well. And you could just shoot him over a real quick Cash App, and he'll mail you a signed copy straight to you. Now, the reason why I want people to get physical copies of the books that we read in this book club is because when you get your estate or mansion, like if you're in an apartment or you're renting a place, when you get ready to buy your first main piece of property, you're going to end up making sure that you have a library. But you have to populate your library with the readings that helped you get to the wealth that you're going to eventually accomplish. So I want you to get the physical copies of these books so you can start building your physical library that's going to be in your physical mansion. So I want you guys to get the physical copies of these books. Get the ebook if you'd like to read along, but get the physical copies as well. In addition to that, I'm reading on the screen. So if you are busy or you can't really do that, just tap in, turn your volumes up, and listen to your boy Shan read. I'm going to read the chapters myself. And then we have Stephen Adate hit us with another $5 super chat. Stephen, you being petty. You being petty, Stephen. Stephen's being petty, y'all. He took it to $81. Stephen is the stream sponsor, y'all. Stephen is the stream sponsor. Listen, Stephen.
Being number one isn't easy.
It ain't easy, really. It's not easy. I understand. And Steven is now the stream sponsor at $81. Big Bad Bull, stop. Behave. Big Bad Bull, behave. Behave. We got to read. All right? Everybody, throw your ones up to Stephen Adate for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Listen, over the past decade, there have been many things said and written about the state of quote-unquote black love. Some good, and in many cases, mostly bad. No one had the balls to say what so badly needed to be said until now. After more than a decade of the most intense boots on the ground study of relationships and the science of human mating, Mumia Obsidian Ali, one of the founding fathers of the Black Manosphere and longtime podcaster, talk radio host, blogger, and writer, finally weighs in and gives his take. The Book of Obsidian is an unflinchingly honest look at the state of dating and mating in the 21st century Black America. And it ain't pretty. Definitely not for the faint of heart or the politically correct that's so prone to being triggered these days. Ali's book is a hands-on manual that gives today's Black man the tools of navigating the minefields that is Black love today. Read the book if you dare and transform your life. Ladies and gentlemen, we are reading this book live on the air every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Today, we're going to knock out 4 chapters. Wednesday, we're going to knock out 4 more. And Friday, we're going to knock out 4 more. Last week, we read chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4 on Wednesday, 5, 6, 7, and 8 on Friday. We did the introduction and the acknowledgments on Monday. So I want you to grab the book, catch up. It's an easy read, and then read along with your boy for the rest of it. All right? Let's switch over to our read screen. Let's switch over to our read screen. All right, you guys ready? You ready? Oh, shout out to you, Princessa and Lakeisia. Princessa and Lakeisia, my number one moderators. Lakeisia is my number one moderator. She's always first. Princessa is really neck and neck. She's out there. They're helping me. They're holding me down. Like Princessa's like, if you like the t-shirt Shannon is wearing, get them at Bars Raw. That's what I don't even ask them to do this stuff, by the way. You know that. One, I don't pay them. Two, I don't even ask them to do this. You know why they do that? It's because they're good women. They're good people. And they see something that they believe in and they're helping promote it and push it forward. When you got moderators that's like, yo, let me pump this dude. One, they don't get a cut. They don't get a commission, at least not yet. But as of today, let me speak on today. They don't even know what I got cooking. But as of today, they don't get no money. They don't get no free merch. They don't get no cash apps. They don't get nothing. Why do they do it then? Because they're good people. And guess what? Good things happen to good people. Have you ever heard of that before? Because I've been preaching that for years. It's called the law of reciprocity. It is karma. Karma is a two-way swinging door. It's not just the bad shit that happens to you, bad things come back to you. It's the good shit that you do, good things come back to you. And when I got people like Lakeisia and Princessa out there pumping up and helping me out, and they never asked for nothing. They never said, Shan, you think maybe I can get they never asked for nothing. They just do it. And they got shit to do. They got careers, they got family, they got their own thing to do in their cities. I've never met them, but they help me out. So yeah, we take breaks to give props to people that's always helped me out. Shout out to Princessa and shout out to Lakeisia. I appreciate and love both of you so much. All right, guys, let's get ready to go. Let me clear my throat. Testing 1 2. Oh yeah, that feels good. That feels good. Square Biz is in the house. I'd like to introduce everybody before we read to Square Biz. He is how do I explain Square Biz? Square Biz is smart and rich. Square Biz is smart and rich. I see Square Biz around in the space, and every time he says something, it's smart shit. And he blesses channels everywhere he goes. So he's rich. He got money, and he's smart. Shout out to Square Biz. Everybody throw your ones up to Square Biz.
Being number one isn't easy.
For blessing the channel with a $5 super chat. He says, yo, Shannon. Yo, bro. It's good to meet you. I'm not good to meet you. Good to see you this morning. We're going to have a great week this week. Shout out to Square Biz. Everybody throw your ones up to Square Biz.
Being number one isn't easy.
We just getting ready to get started too. All right. Chapter 9 of the Book of Obsidian. Why Black women can't afford the high price of select fuckboys. Let's get this mic right. Why Black women can't afford the high price of select fuckboys. Everybody listen in. Everybody listen in. Here we go. Following up on the past few columns where we've been examining today's Black American dating and mating landscape through an economic lens, today we will discuss something that, until now, no one dared to venture. That of the very high price of so many Black women pay for getting quote unquote caught up with select fuckboys. Ladies, this chapter, sidebar, and by the way, I do a lot of sidebars. Sidebars is when I just interject in the reading and just start talking about some shit randomly. Ladies, this chapter is for you. Ladies, this chapter is for baby mamas. This chapter is for the women who like men and only don't really care about the substance of that man, but care more about how he looks. This is for the women who pass up all the good guys chasing the bad guy. This is for the ladies that care about being in VIP and only wants that guy and thinks he loves her because he's fly and all that shit. And the dude that's really checking for you, you're ignoring. This chapter is for you, ladies. Let's continue. Yes, I use the term select fuckboys, and I stand by it for a very good, simple, and profound reason. because the fuckboys so many black women complain about are the very select black men that they lust after in the first place. Now, of course, black women won't be so forthcoming in admitting this sad fact, won't openly acknowledge this ugly truth. But unlike the select guys, one of the strengths of being a non-select one is that 9 out of 10 times you're smarter than the average bear. You use simple inductive reasoning to ferret out the truth. 1, black women complain about fuckboys. Yes, the hell, sidebar. Yes, you do. Y'all complain about them all day long. I can't believe it. That nigga this, that nigga that, so on and so forth. Y'all complain. Number 2, fuckboys lie, cheat, beat, and abandon black women routinely. They also shy away from any form of personal responsibility or accountability, completely cool with living on and off said black woman as if he's a leech. Number 3, non-select. Now remember what we described as select and non-select. Select men are the men that women want. That's the ones you select. You like that guy. Remember the 80-20 rule. We read about the 80-20 rule in the previous chapters, where 80% of women want 20% of men. There's only a 20% of select men. The other 80% are the non-select. Like me, I'm a non-select guy. The non-select guys are the guys that the women don't want. They're the nerds. They're the cornballs. They're the guys that don't party and go out, and they may be not super sexy in their body physique. Maybe they prefer to read. Maybe they prefer to stay home and chill and not party and hit the club. Those are the non-select guys that the women don't want. You guys don't select them. That's why we are non-select. All right. Now, number 3, non-select guys, by definition, don't get the chance to do these things to black women. Even if they did have the opportunity, they're a completely different animal, as black women regularly attest to themselves. Read, being labeled as lame and corny. The non-select guy is the lame guy. The non-select guy is the corny guy. That's who the non-select guy is. Number 4, however, the select guys, on the other hand, they get many opportunities to be fuckboys and ain't shit to begin with below pristine veneer of their physical appearance and social verbal presentation and act. Number 5, therefore, select guys are in fact the very fuckboys that women complain about so much. You see how that works? You see that vicious cycle? You complain about him, but you want him. He fucks you over, and then you complain about him. But you want him. He fucks you over, but then you complain about him. But then you still want him because he's hot and sexy. Then he fucks you over. Then you complain about him. It's a vicious cycle, ladies. How many of you guys are going to break that cycle? Read this chapter along with me. Maybe you will. You see how that works? The definition of a select fuckboy. Now, before we go any further, let's be sure to define exactly what a fuckboy is, because black Americans have a very nasty habit of morphing the definitions of words when and where it suits them. I'm sure is what he wrote, suits them to do so. According to the Urban Dictionary, the term fuckboy is defined as a boy who plays with girls' feelings and doesn't really like them and would do and say anything a girl wants to hear to have sex with them or to get something they want, like money or to drive your car, to help you do the work that he needs you to do, to go investigate something, to call on this bill, to go shopping, to help furnish his house, shit like that, right? Fuckboys know what girls want to hear, but they hurt so many girls. Once they are fuckboy, they will always be a fuckboy. Once they are a fuckboy, they will always be a fuckboy. If you know a guy is a fuckboy, don't fall for him. Usually, fuckboys are good looking. They're cute. So yeah, and usually you can tell if they're a fuckboy by how they dress and how they act. He's kind of like a player and a hoe. All right. Now, although there have been weak attempts towards equal parts denial and shifting of the goalposts on this point of late, it can't be denied that the above description fits the so-called select guy much more than the so-called non-select guy. After all, and especially within Black American content, Black American context, select guys have all the motive in the world to be fuckboys. They're tall, usually 6 foot taller or more, conspicuously handsome, great good looks in the face and whatnot, and have the uncanny knack for telling black women what they want to hear. Boy, they got the gift of gab. They'll tell women, they can swoon women, they know what to say to make her blush and her panties to come off. Only a dullard or an ideologue would fail to make the bleeding obvious connection between select guys and fuckboys here. A rare black women's confession. But in case you want more evidence before we go on, consider this little gem of a blog post from the website Darker-Berry. I never heard of that blog. Have anybody ever heard of that blog called Darker-Berry? If you haven't, open up a tab on your browser and go search for the blog Darker-Berry. Maybe you can learn something there. All right. In case you want more evidence before we go on, consider this little gem of a blog post from the website Darker-Berry, where the author, a Washington, D.C. based sister, gives a rare accounting of her predilection to fuckboys. She says, and I quote, "My best friend told me this the other day, and I had an epiphany. When I get my friends, somehow we always end up talking about guys. Despite the amount of guy bashing posts I have, I really don't believe that all guys are trash. Just most of them. Okay, just a few. What is in our DNA that makes us attracted to fuckboys? Especially when all the signs are there in the beginning. Sis, you can't run around with SZA yelling, 'Why you bother me?' when you know you don't want me. When you steadily text him back, even when he doesn't respond to you, but has the time to snap about an unfulfilling lunch. How about we change up the script a bit and put more effort into the guy that has the qualities you desire from the beginning," end quote. You see, those quote unquote qualities being the aforementioned height and leading man looks and silver tongue, as Essence magazine makes crystal clear. Now, here's where the rubber hits the road. I met a nice guy not too long ago. He was polite. He texted during my normal hours and could hold a decent conversation. Naturally, I made up a number of reasons why I couldn't pursue him, and I friend zoned him. As I spent time reflecting, I remembered a time when I met a fuckboy who knew just what to say and when to say it to keep me on his line. He was a jerk, but I credited his bad behavior as having a personality and swag. I really hope I'm not the only one who has experienced this. For some reason, I am more attracted at the task of turning a guy that isn't right for me into an upstanding Bay citizen than having my Prince Charming from the beginning. Sidebar. Did you guys catch that? So many of you women want to fix somebody. Sidebar. So many of you ladies want to fix a nigga. So many of you ladies, you chase after the one that's ignoring you because you think you can convert him over to something good. The fuck is wrong with you? No, you can't. You can't. Stop trying to fix men. All right, let's continue. My obsession with do-it-yourself projects is better spent on Pinterest and at Michael's because my heart can't take it anymore. I can literally have a nice guy who meets all of my superficial requirements and still look him over to entertain a dude that wouldn't spit on me if I was on fire. End quote. Boom. Confession truly is good for the soul. Is it not? Now, this post was dated October 9th, 2017. So has our heroine learned her lesson yet? Let's find out. That was October 2017. She wrote that. My boyfriend left me broke. For the last year of my relationship, that was my role. We were living together and I was anxious to play that wifey Susie homemaker, Real Housewife of Temple Hills role. As independent and feminist as I like to appear, deep rooted in my DNA is an African woman who wants to marry a good guy and play a domestic role. For a couple of months, I felt like I was going down this path. I've heard of crazy stories about how women were taken advantage of financially by the men they were dating, but that wasn't me. Mm-mm. Unlike them, I was smart, right? Sidebar, everybody, all women think they're different, right? All the women, oh, that's not me. Oh, I heard about that in the movies. Oh, I seen that. Or my homegirls is like that. My sorors is, but not me. I'm different. All you women think you guys are different and special, right? You think that you don't apply to the rules. You're an exception. Got it. Got it. Unlike them, I was smart. And at this point, I had been in a relationship for 6 years. So we were solid. The money problems came out of nowhere. One day, I came home to a cable bill. Now, mind you, let me sidebar. She's in a relationship with the motherfucker for 6 years. 6 years. Some of you guys are in brand new relationships and think it's all hunky-dory, but you're ignoring the red flags. You're ignoring the red flags. And Shannon can't tell you because once Shannon tells you, you're like, oh, it's okay. Okay, no problem. Let's continue. The money problems came out of nowhere. One day, I came home to a cable bill that, unbeknownst to me, hadn't been paid for like 5 months. After a long talk with a tear-eyed boyfriend, I realized that this was my moment. I can step in and be the Olivia Pope, the fixer, right? And save the day. And he would fall more in love with me and we would live happily ever after. Because I'm going to handle the business for you, baby. I'm going to save it. I'm going to take care of this 5-month-old cable bill. So I had a checking and a savings account. Luckily for me, there was money there. And with every problem, I flew in, dun, 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 and saved the day. This became a trend for both of us. He would default on one of his obligations, and I would swoop in and save the day. I became less focused on why he was messing up and became more focused on preparing myself for when he would fuck up. Breaking up with him was out of the question. Oh no, I wasn't doing that. I mean, we were together for like 6 years. I wasn't going to throw all that away so we continued like this. My white hat, my savior hat became rusty. One save after another, I find myself in financial crisis. I had borrowed money from family. I had opened up a credit card. I started astonished at my now empty savings account. With every conversation about money, I was fed lie after lie until I felt myself reach rock bottom. Was this my life? Was I really going to stay in a relationship with someone who consistently neglected their responsibilities? Yup, I wasn't going anywhere. I was living in a twilight zone where I wasn't okay with anything that was happening, but I was somehow operating on autopilot. One thing led to a whole lot. Another, when I found myself packing my bags and moving in with my mom. And there I was, you guys, in more debt than I can bear, depressed, and still confused about how I got here. The irony of it all was that there was several times when I tried to reach out to him in hopes that we can get back together. I didn't want those 7 years to be just for nothing. My road to healing was going to be long because there was a lot to be unpacked there. She wrote that December 7th, 2018, more than a year after she wrote the post about fuckboys. What a difference a year makes, right? Do I really need to recount the many ways this young lady's predilection for select fuckboys doomed her to financial purgatory? Nah, you know what? I'm just going to let her words stand on their own for your consideration and review, gentlemen. They truly do speak for themselves, do they not? She said it herself. She said it herself. The real reason why so many black women are broke. Select fuckboys are expensive, ladies. While it is certainly true that the average single black woman's net worth is $5, carries the most student loan debt of anyone in the nation at somewhere north of $30,000 on average, and spends ridiculous amounts of money on shit such as hair weaves and red bottom shoes. And the fact remains that a major reason why so many black women are broke is due to their involvement with select fuckboys, also known as Pookie and Ray Ray, as Miss Darker Berry aptly demonstrated above. The main reason, I think, why this hidden dimension of the rank and file black women's sorry financial state of affairs hasn't been discussed is because of who's been driving the conversations bearing on dating and mating matters in the contemporary black America, which are black women and the select fuckboys themselves. The conversations are driven by the people that's having the main problems. So you're not going to hear about the main problems because who's going to talk about themselves? They're not, right? Only until very recently have so many non-select guys had the ability to be heard in our own voices and to bring our unique gifts and skill sets to bear on these matters. Sans the permission, forget the permission or approval of said select fuckboys and the black women who love them. We don't give a damn about the Pookies and Ray Rays. We don't give a damn about the women who complain. We're going to say what we say. But it is true. Select fuckboys are very expensive, ladies. Or as so many black women eventually find out. You eventually find out. Of course, by then, the damage is already done, and it is often too late to recover from. As we saw in the above vignette, the financial costs imposed upon black women by select fuckboys can be downright ruinous, to the point of personal bankruptcy and beyond. Let's consider some of these costs, shall we? Number one, non-disclosure of select fuckboy's financial situation. This is when he don't tell you where he's at money-wise. Of course, because of so many black women are in the hot pants and going gaga over the prospect of getting bedded down by said select fuckboy, they never bothered to check up on the guy's financials. Not that said select fuckboy was going to be forthcoming. He wasn't going to be truthful about his financial status anyway. But why would that be important? Because, and again, as we saw above, most black women get digmatized. Right? That's right. It takes you to Pound Town. You get to Pound Town and you just get digmatized. And want to change. You want to save him. You want to change said select fuckboy from a good time to a long time. But in order to do that well, the latter requires money, which is something most select fuckboys tend to not have much of, if any at all. And why should they? I mean, after all, they want for nothing insofar as black women are concerned. It is not at all unusual for such guys to be outright taken care of by black women, at least for a time, and cuffing season is upon us as we speak. The second thing is cheating. Select fuckboys, the fuckboys that you women select, that is what a select fuckboy is. The guys that you guys chase after that looks good, that fucks you real well, and that's it, are notorious cheaters. Don't take my word for it. Just listen with discerning ear to black women's laments themselves. And cheating costs money. Somebody's paying for it, right? And usually it's the long-suffering black woman, wife, or girlfriend. Select fuckboys often use black women's cell phones. They use her cars and her other items, which to facilitate their cheating ways. Then there's the medical costs associated with sexually transmitted diseases and the treatments. And of course, if said select fuckboy happens to make another black woman pregnant, as is so often the case, there can be an additional cost incurred by the first black woman. That's right, fellas. There are black women out there paying for the love child of her select fuckboy guy created while cheating on her. It's hard to believe. I know. But stranger things have happened. Number 3, trying to save a lost cause. Because select fuckboys have black women falling out of the sky on them constantly. I mean, they hit you everywhere, right? They coming. These dudes, they hit you up. They catch you they catch you at the gas station. Sidebar. They catch you at the gas station. They catch you at the grocery store. They catch you at the gym. They see you at work. They catch you in the parking lot. Oh, they coming. They come out of nowhere, right? The fuck boys come. You go to 7-Eleven. Oh, they right there in the parking lot. Trying to save a lost cause. Because select fuck boys have black women falling out of the sky on them constantly, they never have to develop other aspects of themselves. They don't have to become much more. They got so many women, they don't have to become shit. Like honesty, courage, and ambition. And once they pass a certain age, let's say the fuckboy gets to be about mid 30 years old or so, they tend to be this way for the rest of their lives. But because so many black women are hopelessly attracted to such losers and bums, such pookies and ray-rays, they find themselves joined to the hip with these guys well past the one-night fling date and are thus forced to make the best of it. It is at this point that many black women find themselves attempting to save change such select fuckboys, often supporting his many failed attempts at opening a business. He can't open a business. He talks about his businesses. Sidebar. He talks about this venture he wants to do. He wants to start his clothing line, or he wants to open up his gym, or he wants to get into real estate. He always talks about he can't never get it done though, right? He can't never get it done. The nigga that you see that gets it done in 2 nights, you ignore him. The dude that has a track record of business after business after business, many of them successful, some of them, dare I say, $1 million businesses, you ignore him. But the guy that can't even get the EIN number right, can't even figure out how to get his logo together. Oh, you ready to help that nigga out, right? Often supporting his many failed attempts at opening a business, going to school. Oh, he talks about going to school. I'm about to enroll in and go take these courses. Nigga ain't going to school. And so on and so forth. Only after many tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars has been thrown down a rat hole do some of these silly broads finally get a clue and get out. Some black women even think they can buy such a select fuckboy, erroneously thinking that if men can be sugar daddies, why can't they be sugar mamas? The problem with that idea is that the former, the sugar daddy, is more natural fit for men. It's natural for a man to be a sugar daddy, while the latter is something rarely enjoyable by women regardless of age. And over time, they will come to resent such an arrangement. It's not natural for a woman to be a sugar mama. Natural, not normal. We're not talking about, remember I teach the difference between natural and normal, right? It's not natural for women to be sugar mamas. For all these reasons and more, coupled with my extensive personal research and study of this phenomenon, I posit that most black women risk losing, on average, somewhere in the high neighborhood of $100,000 on dealing with select fuckboys in various guises. Think about that cost for a moment. I am not joking. And consider the piss poor fiscal situation of so many black women are in today. Want to know how and why so many of them are so deep in the red? Now you know. The value add of the non-select guy. Now let's talk about the value of the non-select guy, the guy that women don't select, the one that's not super handsome and all that kind of stuff. The nerd. Let's talk about the nerd. The value of the nerd. Everybody, please pay attention. We're going to talk about the value of a nerd. What did Kia say? Look, I'm going to throw this up on the screen, y'all. She said, look, I got to be honest. Sometimes them fuckboys, some got some good dick. No, they always do. That's the problem. You dickmatized. You guys you get taken to Pound Town, Kaya. Oh, and he take you to Pound Town. He got you coming all over the place. He's in between them legs. He got you orgasming. You flowing. The bed is wet. You got to change the sheets. It's wet, soaking wet. You can't take it. He takes it to Pound Town, and you forget all the red flags. You get taken to Pound Town, and you forget all the red flags. Next thing you know, that nigga costs $100 grand. But let's talk about the value of the nerd, the value of the cornball, the value of the guy that likes to read books. Let's talk about him. All right. I see you, Kia. On the other hand, look, Ms. Drea said, I knew he would pull that up. On the other hand, most non-select guys have their fiscal house in order. Money's okay. Money's okay. Money's okay with the non-select guys. He's okay. In fact, non-select guys will teach you how to get money. He makes you money. Remember the guy, the guy that helped you get money? Suddenly you didn't have it, and now you got it. The non-select guys who don't ask you for shit. The non-select guys who's okay. He got his own car, his own place, his own job, his own career, his own money. On the other hand, most non-select guys have their fiscal house in order. They tend to carry minimal debt. They watch their spending and are by wearing black plain t-shirts, even though they don't have to. They can rock any designer, anything you could throw at them. But somehow he just wears black t-shirts. Why? Right? They watch their spending and are ambitious. They're industrious and honest. They're partnering with so-called nerds tend to be much better for black women's purse, if only because she isn't constantly dipping in it every time she turns around. Like Erykah Badu mentioned in her classic song, "You Better Call Tyrone." Come on, ladies. Call him. In fact, black women united with so-called nerd guys are rarely heard on social media. You don't hear about the women with the nerds. Or elsewhere throughout the black vagina vision, media bemoaning dusty black men, another euphemism for select fuckboys. Why don't you hear from these women, ladies? Because usually these women are well taken care of. None of this should come as any great shock or surprise. After all, why do these black women, battered, bruised, and broke, finally turn to when their select fuckboy dreams come crashing down to earth? In short, the nerds are a distinct, documented, and empirical value add to any black woman. Something we all know to be true, but have kept silent about due to their ridiculous, bizarro-like nature of contemporary black America. And it is for this reason that yours truly is such an unabashed advocate for the so-called non-select guy, because the facts, numbers, and time are on our side. So the next time you hear a black woman whining about dusty fuckboys, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to repeat this again. The next time you hear a black woman complaining, whining, arguing, woe is me about a dusty fuckboy, be rest assured that she was got by one and now has no one but herself to blame. You, on the other hand, my non-select brothers, nerds unite. You, on the other hand, my non-select brothers, can simply smile as your bank account balance, your investments, and your business concerns continue to grow and flourish. It couldn't happen to any better group of harpies. And that's chapter. Ladies, fuckboys are expensive. All that to say, the fuckboys that take you to Pound Town, that keep that thing sore, he keeps that thing sore. Yeah, he's expensive. He's expensive. What y'all over here talking about? All I see is Princessa and Lakeisha pumping up the show. Marvelette. Marvy's in the house. What's up, Marvy? Hey, Miss Parker. Oh, Steven says, so true. It happened to his older sister. It happened to a lot of people. I ain't going to name all the people I know that it happened to. I'm not even going to name all the people that passed me by chasing the fuckboy. And now they looking at, hey, big head. They hit me up now. Hey, Shan, I see you doing your thing. We should go to lunch. No, we shouldn't. For what? Why you want to go to lunch now? I tried to go to lunch with you 10 years ago. 15 years ago, I wanted to go to lunch with you. You wasn't trying to check for a nigga then. Why you want to go to lunch now? Because I'm doing my thing? Why? I was doing my thing then. I am no different today than I was 15 years ago. Why you want to go now? The fuck you want to go with? No. You don't have to call me. Stay over there with your lonely ass. I'm okay. Shout out to Steve. Ace is in the house. Other than themselves, who do black women build for? Who do they fight for? Who do they protect? Who do they sacrifice life and limb for? When have black women fought white society head on for black men? Oh, no, white supremacy head on for black men. Shout out to Ace. Let's continue, guys. We are on chapter 10. What do older black women have to offer in the black American dating marketplace? Uh-oh, Obsidian, you went there with it. This is going to piss off some people. No, it's going to... Older black women, I'm going to say... So we already know the times, right? So you have women in their prime. That is women in their 20s. They're early and mid-20s. That is when you are in your prime. That is when you are your most beautiful. That's when you're most desired, period. That is. Then we have what is called the danger zone. The danger zone is age 27 to age 35. It's dangerous, ladies. You better start paying attention, especially if you want family and a husband. You know, that's the danger zone. You better start being a little super intentional. If you didn't catch it when you were in your prime, you were silly, right? Now you're in the danger zone, 27 to 35. Then you have what we call no man's land. That's 35 and beyond. That's no man's land. Oh, I get it. Some women are fine enough and they get men and whatnot, but we're not talking about the exceptions. The exceptions to the rule don't make the rule. We're talking about, by and large, the older women that are in droves, that's checking for men their age, who ain't checking for them. I mean, come on, let's keep it 100 here. Don't act like you don't know who I'm talking about. Look at your aunties. Look at your mamas. Look at your friends. Look at your older sisters. Don't front like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, they all popped in your mind just now, didn't they? Okay, them. That's called no man's land. What do they have to offer, these older women, to the black American dating marketplace? Everybody sit down and listen. I'm about to read it to you. June 25th, 1745. This is before America was formed. America didn't get here till 1776. This is 30 years prior to America was formed. My dear friend, I know of no medicine fit to diminish the violent natural inclinations you mention. And if I did, I think I should not communicate it to you. Marriage is the proper remedy. It is the most natural state of man, and therefore the state in which you are most likely to find solid happiness. Your reasons against entering into it at present appear to me not well founded. Why you don't want to get married doesn't make much sense to me. This is written in 1745. Excuse me. The circumstantial advantages you have in view by postponing it are not only uncertain, but they are small in comparison with that of the thing itself, the being married and settled. It is the man and woman united. It is the man and woman united, written in 1745, that make the complete human being. Separate, she wants his force of body and strength of reason, and he wants her softness, her sensibility, and acute discernment. Together, they are more likely to succeed in the world. A single man has not nearly the value he would have in that state of union. He is an incomplete animal. He resembles the odd half of a pair of scissors. If you get a prudent, healthy wife, your industry in your profession, with her good economy, will be a fortune sufficient. But if you will not take this counsel and persist in thinking a commerce with the sex inevitable, then I repeat my former advice, that in all your amours, you should prefer old women to young ones. Sidebar, let me read that again. But if you will not take this counsel and persist in thinking a commerce with sex inevitable, then I repeat my former advice, that in all your amours, you should prefer old women to young ones. You call this a paradox, and demand my reasons. They are these. Number one reason. Because as they have more knowledge of the world and their minds are better stored with observations, their conversation is more improving and more lastingly agreeable. This is older women, written in 1745. Number two, advantage of older women. Because when women cease to be handsome, they're not good looking anymore, right? They study to be good. To maintain their influence over men, they supply the diminution of beauty by an augmentation of utility. They basically, if I can't be pretty, I got to be useful. They learn to do 1,000 services, small and great, and are the most tender and useful of all friends when you are sick. Thus, they continue amiable, and hence there is hardly such a thing to be found as an old woman who is not a good woman. This is written in 1745, ladies and gentlemen. A number three reason why old women are valuable. Because there is no hazard of children, which irregularly produced may be attended with much inconvenience. You ain't got to worry about them kids when you deal with older women. And number four, because through more experience, they are more prudent and discreet in conducting an intrigue to prevent suspicion. The commerce with them is therefore safer with regard to your reputation. They got your back a little tighter. They gonna protect your shit a little tighter when they're older. And with regard to theirs, if the affair should happen to be known, considerate people might be rather inclined to excuse an old woman who would kindly take care of a young man, form his manners by her good counsels, and prevent his ruining of his health and fortune among mercenary prostitutes. Number five, because in every animal that walks upright, the deficiency of fluids that fill the muscles appears first in the highest part. The highest part of your body goes first, right? The face first grows lank and wrinkled. Then the neck. Then the breasts start to sag. And titties get down here, right, ladies? Older ladies. Them perky titties you once had is now down here. And then the arms. And the lower parts continuing to the last plump, your ass, as ever. So that covering all above with a basket and regarding only what is below the girdle, it is impossible of two women to know an old from a young one. If you kind of like wear a girdle and you got on the right kind of clothes to prop it all back up. And as in the dark all cats are gray. The pleasure of corporal enjoyment with an old woman is at least equal and frequently superior, every knickknack being practice capable of improvement. Basically, when the lights are off, that pussy the same. When the lights are off, all cats are gray in the dark. All cats are shades of gray in the dark, ladies and gentlemen. And number 6, because the sin is less. The debauching of virgin may be her ruin and make her for life unhappy. Number 7, because the compunction is less, the having made a young girl miserable may give you frequent bitter reflections, none of which you can attend the making an old woman happy. And eighthly and lastly, old women are so grateful. Old women are so happy. They grateful. You get you an old one, boy, she is happy. Happy. Thus much for my paradox, but I still advise you to marry directly, being sincerely your affectionate friend, Benjamin Franklin. This was Benjamin Franklin's advice to a young man on the choice of a mistress that he wrote to him in 1745. Quote, the black woman also remains jealous of her black man deep into old age. The black woman is jealous of younger and older women whom she thinks is laying in wait for her man. She raises big hell if she suspects her man of fooling around on her. She does this in fear that he will have sex with another woman, give her his money, or leave home altogether. She is also more prone to want to accept being elderly and infirmed. She is quicker to accept the idea that she has already lived her life and now she can settle down and stay home most of the time. The black man clings to life to the very end and wants to enjoy the excitement and the activities as long as possible. Whereas black women tend to stay home and they just want to watch TV and drink some coffee and tea and cuddle and wrap up and shit. Black men is like, nah, I want to go. Let's go. Retirement, different from the black woman, does not mean that productive life is finished, but started for black men. His woman will remind him that he is too old. Baby, you too old to be out there doing all that ripping and running. You too old to do this or that. And he should sit down somewhere and let the young people take over. She wants him to believe he is old so that she no longer has to worry about him being attracted. You could get fat, baby. Don't worry about that pot belly. Let it grow. You don't have to worry about being attracted or being attractive to these young girls. Even in the older stages of life, black women persist in trying to block the black man from pursuing other women. It makes her bitter and vindictive. It makes him sick and tired. Don't act like you don't know I'm talking to you. I know you watching. I'm talking to you. You know I am talking to you. You know if I'm talking to you and you're getting ready to be that. Fellas, you know if I'm talking to you. This was written by Shahrazad Ali. The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman on page 33. Now, everybody, listen up. In the wake of R. Kelly and Jason Roger Pope, also known as DJ Kid scandals, renewed investment in the idea that dirty old black men, right, were on the make to debauch young maidens has resurfaced on black social media. So it got popular. Oh, y'all dirty motherfuckers. Y'all chasing after all these little young girls. You know the shame. You chasing after all these little young girls. All y'all dirty old men. That's the word on the street now, right, ladies? That's your weapon. All these dirty old men. Mm-hmm. But this time, it isn't solely the usual suspects. older black women themselves who are making a stink. It's quite a few black men doing it too, all of whom have lovely young daughters, no less. Of course, it's the black men with daughters. Them black men that don't want the older men dating their daughters. Some black men got daughters old enough that they homeboys that they went to school with is smashing his daughter. Some men feel weird about that. That's what he's talking about. It's quite a few black men too, all of which whom have young daughters, no less, and of all whom, along with their matronally sisters, demand that black men date age appropriately. You need to date women in your age bracket. Don't be dating these young chicks. Men are saying that, usually men with daughters. Don't be dating these young girls because they know that their daughters is getting ready to get taken by motherfuckers their age. When directly asked what exactly this statement means, our age appropriately, our loyal opposition suddenly gets coy and acts like we're speaking Russian, and they simply can't understand by what we mean. But their unspoken implications are easily understood well enough. Dating age appropriately, quote unquote, means that if you are a 50-year-old Shan, I'm not gonna say a 50-year-old black man. I'm gonna say if you are a 50-year-old black Shan. 50-year-old Shannon, because I'm 49. I'll be 50 in June. If you are a 50-year-old Shannon or a 49-year-old Shannon, you are expected to date a 49-year-old woman, and preferably older black woman, no matter what at that. That's what's expected of me. Sidebar. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I get it all the time. Shan, you like them young. You like them young, don't you? I say, no, I like them fit, fine, friendly. I'm sorry, I like them fit, friendly. I like them fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. That's what I like. Shannon, you like them young girls. No, I like them fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. Unfortunately, it tends to be only the young ones are that. The old ones seem to never really get past the fit part. I can't get past the fit part when it comes to the older women. But if I do get past that, then I got to worry about, is she feminine? Now, okay, she looks good. Now, when I talk to her, she's a man. I'm talking to her, she bucking up and shit. God damn. Get past the feminine part. Okay, is she friendly and cooperative? Nope. So it's all these, but when I go younger, they tend to be the 5 Fs. So no, it's not that, Shannon, you like the young ones, don't you? No, I like the fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun women. I like my 5 Fs. Oh, but Shannon, you 49. You know, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what, people want me to date women my age. I understand why you want that, but these women my age don't tend to be or do what I am. Be compatible. So that's my issue. I hear it all the time. I get shamed for it. I get shamed for it. I don't mind the heat. Bring the heat. Bring it. I had no problem. I'm putting this on record. This is on video that will never go away. So no, I will. You will be able to say, you'll be able to refer to this video and hear me well. I have no problem dating women of any age, as long as she is fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and she's fun to be around. Now, are you that at age 49? First, go stand in the mirror. If you can't get past number 1, don't worry about the other 4. Don't worry about the other 4. If you can't get past fit, skip the other 4. All right? Let's continue. The above latter point is hugely important because our interlocutors, I want to just really say it because he says interlocutor. I don't even know. Our advocates, our critics and detractors, never explicitly or implicitly explain exactly what benefits accrue to older, highly viable black men out on today's Black American mating market to exclusively seek out older black women, and for good reason. In today's column, we examine this demand on the part of the community and ask the burning question, what do older black women have to offer? Let's get started. The community's idea of older black love. In a series documenting the supposed triumph of Black love on the Oprah Winfrey Network in the summer of 2018, the 64-year-old Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mom, right, not only emasculated her second husband, veteran actor Richard Lawson, she eviscerated him on national television. The look on the long-suffering Lawson's face really said it all as to how much he's had to endure in the name of Black love. Sidebar, do you guys remember that shit? I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember it like it was yesterday. Go look it up. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go look it up. Go look up Oprah Winfrey. Just Google Oprah Winfrey and Tina Knowles. Go look at the 2018 interview when Beyonce's mom was on interview with her second husband and how she emasculated the fuck out of him on national TV. Beyonce's daddy wouldn't have took that shit. That's why they're not together no more, right? Beyonce's daddy was a no-nonsense motherfucker. Everybody hates him, though. Right? You hate that dude that shit wouldn't have went down. But her second guy got his balls clipped on national TV on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Go watch it. I remember it. It was crazy. Of course, Lawson was soon seen to be the one in the wrong, as it is so often the case in the Black community life, because Black women, especially those who attain quote unquote big mama status, can never do any wrong, right? It was his fault still to the Black women. I remember it, man. It didn't matter that that Beyonce's mom overbearingly bitchy behaviors were on display for all the world to see. Nope. That it was only a strong Black woman we saw. That's all y'all saw was a strong Black woman. And Tina Lawson simply wasn't man enough. And Lawson, the husband, wasn't man enough to take it and deal with it. Take it and deal with that strong Black woman. That last time I checked, Lawson remains with Knowles to this day instead of taking his mic off, getting up and walking the fuck off of that interview in mid-interview. Only reinforces this truly dysfunctional community view. Black men in general and older Black women like the now 72-year-old Mr. Lawson are expected to take what can only be described anywhere else normal outside of Black America as abuse. Verbal, mental, emotional, psychological, and even sometimes physical. Black women like Tina Knowles were somehow survivors. Beyonce's mom was a survivor of select fuckboys like her first husband, Michael Knowles. You see, because Mike Knowles was a serial cheater, like Beyonce's dad was a serial cheater. And Tina has had to bear the brunt of all that. It then gives her the right to be a bitch. And not a quote unquote good, and a good Black man like Lawson, like the second husband, should have to grin and bear it all. All that bitchiness, he has to deal with it. That's A1 dumping, and it's deeply abusive, as all the world got to see on television in the summer of 2018. And yet, the demand that, quote, good Black men put up with Black women like Tina Knowles not only persists, but it has seen a decided uptick in the time since. Now, of course, the idea that older Black women like Beyonce's mom gets intensive professional counseling and therapy for her relationship trauma and repeated marital infidelities suffered at the hands of Michael Knowles is all but an alien concept in the Black American life, despite claims to the contrary on the part of older Black women themselves who claim that it is Black men who don't seek out therapy. It is clear to me that there is one Black man who is most in need of it all, and that is the husband, the second husband, Richard Lawson. And given what Richard Lawson, Beyonce's mom's second husband, had to endure on that quote Black Love episode, if you're an older Black man, you simply have to ask, is this what I can expect in my latter, perhaps final years? To be joined at the hip to an old to an old harpy of a bitch? Really? Is this what older Black men can expect? A lot of sass, loudmouth, shit-talking, old harpy-ass Black women? Is that what older men can expect to just be connected to until his grave? No wonder so many older Black men are heading for fresher, tighter, younger, more amenable pastures, or literally just checking out of here altogether. They just check out. They just die altogether. It's like, what's the point? If I can't get the young women and I got to deal with this, I might as well just check out. I know I'm triggering some of you women, rightfully so. Yes, so I can save the young ones and maybe convert the mindset of some of the older ones. I know it's hard to reprogram you. I know it's hard to upload new software, but some of y'all might get it. Let's continue. No, the afterlife to some men is a far better option to the alternative in the here and now. For some men, it's better to just check out because the afterlife is better than dealing with you. Gail is here, y'all. Gail is here. Gail is here. Everybody throw your ones up to Gail.
Being number one isn't easy.
Throw your ones up to Gail. Gail says, pair character lifting, some weights saying, keep it up. I'm not really sure what that means, Gail. You know, you're so damn smart. See, that the problem with me and hanging around smart people is they be saying shit that's smarter than me. And I be like, fuck, I got to go learn this. I got to go learn what they talk about.
Being number
Gail,
one isn't easy.
Gail's channel. Everybody go follow. Just type in Gail at Night. Just go to YouTube and type in Gail at Night and follow her channel. Iron sharpen. Like, okay, so I tell everybody all the time, if you're the smartest person in your crew, then you need a new crew, right? If you're the smartest person in your crew, you need a new crew. So then I come around these spaces and I meet people like Gail and they say shit and I'll be like, God damn, I'm not smart enough to understand what she just said. So now I got to go study that. But shout out to Gail for the $5 super chat. Thank you, Gail. I appreciate you. I'm going to throw it back up on the screen. Somebody please decipher that for me and break it down for old man Shan, because Gail be coming over here with the intelligence that I'm just not up to yet. Thank you, Gail. I appreciate you. And thank you for your blessing. Everybody throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
She says, pair character lifting. Some weights saying, keep it up. You got to help me out with that. I ain't smart enough yet. All right, here we go. Being dead is better than being with an old black shrew. Ooh, Obsidian, you just, God, dog, you hitting. Obsidian, you hitting. Why you hitting them in the head with a hammer, Obsidian? God damn. He just, in this book, he just come in here with a sledgehammer and just hitting people in the head. Being dead is better than being with an old black shrew. Lest one think that my mention of the Knowles Lawson incident was just the stuff of Hollywood celebrity and drama TV, think again. In a recent piece appearing in my hometown's newspaper of record, the Philadelphia Inquirer, the author laments the dearth of older black men for older black women. It's titled, Where Did All the Men Go? In Philly, women outnumber them by 90,000. The widest gender gap among major U.S. cities, and published on the Inquirer's website on November 11th, 2019. It reads in part the following. At age 74, so we're talking about older black women. So if there's any older black women watching my show or older black women watching this replay, we're talking about older black women, right? The title of this particular piece, this particular section is "Being Dead is Better Than Being with an Older Black Woman." A old black shrew. A man think that being dead is better than being with you. From the Philadelphia Inquirer in 2019, they wrote, at age 74, Rosa Rodriguez keeps outliving her men. Her husband and 2 boyfriends died at relatively young ages. Meanwhile, Rodriguez, a former worker in a sewing factory, continues to enjoy cooking and watching TV and socializing at Norris Square Senior Community Center. Men don't take care of themselves like women do, said the mother of 5, who moved to Philadelphia from Puerto Rico 60 years ago. Sometimes I'm lonely, but a lot of times I'm just fine. Rodriguez is part of a surprising state of affairs here. The imbalance between the number of adult women and men is so great in Philadelphia, particularly, that among the nation's 10 biggest cities, Philadelphia is most predominantly female. Within the city, women outnumber men by 90,000, according to an Inquirer's analysis of the U.S. Census Bureau figures. That works out to 86.4 men for every 100 women. On the other end of the scale, San Jose, California, has 100.2 men for every 100 women. That's almost 1 to 1. Possibly because of the male-dominated tech industry up there in San Jose. Philadelphia is a city of women, said Thelma Kennery, who runs a food kitchen at Devereaux United Methodist Church in Tioga. Our men are dead or in jail, but women are still out here. Women are the stronger ones. Yes, Miss Kennerly, your black men are dead or in jail. Meanwhile, lifelong Philadelphians like yourself are truly doing just fine. Thank you very much, as I noted in the previous column. Lesson learned from the summer 2019 North Philly shootout, August 19th, 2018. As you can see, we're talking about one of the most crime, drugs, and poverty-stricken areas of the city. So this is, at least in some sense, a class issue. While the Inquirer article would have us believe that it is all the black men to blame for why there are so many lonely black spinster women, what is curiously left out is the Tina Knowles, the Beyonce's mom type behaviors that just might have driven so many of those black men into early grave in the first place. We know from academic study that your partner can and will have a marked impact on your life for better or for worse. But here again, the information is imparted in a gendered way. What no one wants to openly say is that being with a bitch, especially an older bitch, will have a deteriorative effect on your life. Which just might explain, at least in part, why there are so many dead black men in Philadelphia. I can tell you from firsthand experience that black Philadelphian women are loud, abrasive, they're antisocial. These women are fat and obese. They have no shame, and these women have no decorum. Uncooperative, and are often violent, these women. Which explains how and why I haven't dealt with a Philly black chick in almost 20 fucking years. All of my homies I've imported. All of my homies who are also from Philly are bred. They've just happened to do the exact same thing, coincidentally. And if they themselves haven't already left, and they, and that's for the ones that hasn't died yet, basically. And I strongly suspect this is the case in most of Black America's cities too. I can attest to Los Angeles, all of which begs the question: what do older black women have to offer to make an older black man partnering with them worth the while? What do older black women have to offer an older black man to make it worth his while? Attitude, sass, bitchiness, complaints, arguing, fighting all the goddamn time, fucking scrunched up faces and shit. That's what we could deal with. Being mad at something all the goddamn time. Is that what we looking at? Is that what we could look forward to? Might as well die. The real reason why the community is so concerned about the Black spinster problem. As always in Black American life, there is an ulterior motive to all of the hand-wringing about dirty old men. Hold on, I'm getting notifications on everything. As always in Black American life, there's always an ulterior motive to all the hand-wringing about dirty old men. And it ain't all about the young girls. It is this, that everyone knows that there are easy, deep, and profound reasons why these harpies are alone, these older women are alone. And they can, will, and do make everyday living miserable for everyone else. Since they have no older Black man at home, they have nothing but time to be all up in everyone else's business, being loud, gossips, and just being obnoxious. Just about every Black family has at least one, and in many instances, entire battalions of old battle axes. And they desperately want someone to take them off their hands. Hence, the demand that older Black men who actually have something going for themselves to date appropriately, age appropriately. Fortunately, for such Black men, we're not taking the sour bait anymore. I want to add that anymore part because Obsidian's omitted that word. Fortunately, for such Black men, we are not taking the sour bait anymore. Hold on a second. Phone just ringing. It's gonna stop ringing after I go get off live. Watch. Fortunately for Black men, we're not taking the sour bait anymore. More and more of us are either dating and mating much younger in country, getting with both younger and older women from other lands, or simply dropping out or dropping dead before we have to endure the Lawson treatment. Before we get to the point where we get emasculated in live TV, like Beyonce's mom did her second husband, fuck that. We just gonna date younger, or we gonna date younger and older from other countries, or we just not gonna date at all, or we gonna just die. Let's count the ways in which let's count the ways in which, for most older Black women, defined in today's column as Black women 40 and over, and notable exceptions notwithstanding, most of the time, it's a waste of an older, successful, polished Black man's time. Okay, so here we go, guys. So shout out to everybody that's still reading with me. I want you to reset your brains. We're going to get ready to talk about Shannon. I want to put this all on me. I've never read this book. I've never read what I'm getting ready to read, but I want to use myself as an example. He says older Black men, 50. I'm 49 and a half. I'll be 50 in June, right? So he's talking about me, and he's saying, let's count the ways in which most older Black women, defined by basically 40 and over. So I'm talking about women 40 and over, women, Black American women. I'm talking to you. If you're 40 and over, we're talking about you. And we're using me, a 50-year-old Black man, as an example, right? Let's count the ways in which, for most older Black women, most of the time, it's a waste of an older, successful, polished Black man's time. I am older. I am successful. I make bread. I'm good looking. I got a big dick. My great credit. Everything's great, right? I check all the boxes and shit, right? And I'm polished. But why does Obsidian say it's typically a waste of time for me to date a woman who's 40 and over, right? Number one, fat, obesity. Remember my 5 Fs: fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. That's my thing. That's Shannon's 5 Fs, right? His number one is fit, fat, obesity. Right off the rip, 55% of all Black women are flat out obese. That makes it, remember how I tell you guys, I say 80% of Black women are overweight. 80% of that 80% is obese. Well, comparing that to all, it turns out to be 55% of all black women are obese. Right off top, off the rip, black women are flat out obese, and that's not including those black women across the board who are seriously overweight. That's morbidly obese. So there's levels to it, right? You got normal, but you get overweight, you got obese, and then you got morbidly obese. So he ain't even talking about the morbidly obese pimps. So put this together with lots of cellulite and stretch marks from having kids, almost always from select fuckboys, because you had the babies with them niggas that don't even want you, right? And it simply isn't a good look, even in the dark with the lights off. It simply isn't a good look for a Shannon to date the who's into fitness, who works out 6 days a week, does it with you guys and all that kind of stuff, to be with somebody who won't even fucking put down a plate of mac and cheese. Number 2, 40 and over women. You're bitchy, argumentative, and uncooperative. You could see this in my Instagram comments. You can see it. If only I could show you guys my DMs when I say something, and I hear these over. They're always over 40. It's never young. It's never young ones. And they call this. They think they're doing it because they think that they're more refined or smarter or older or know better. You should see it. You can see it in my comments. I've even had one where I'd put one post up. I had to have my man, a senior, and Mr. Awesome was in there. They had to go in and defend the bro. I didn't want to do it because I already knew better. Them brothers went over there and was like, had to go say, what are y'all talking about? Mr. Awesome, you remember that? Multiply that by years of that all the time. That's what I've been dealing with, bro. That's why I kind of was didn't say much. Number 2, bitchy, argumentative, and uncooperative. Shout out to JS for the super chat. Real quick, everybody. Throw your ones up.
Being number 1 isn't easy.
JS says 80% are overweight and hate to work out. At my gym, I see lots of Asian women, Hispanic women, and white women. No black women in sight. JS, hit us with a $10 super chat. Everybody throw your ones up to JS.
Being number 1 isn't easy.
Thank you, JS, for that. He says, look, Shan, let me tell you, in my observation, this is just me. I don't know where JS is from. I don't know what city he's in. I have no idea. I've never met JS. I don't know where he's from. But he says, look, Shan, 80% of them is overweight. And I go to the gym. And when I'm at the gym, I see the Hispanic chicks. I see the Asian chicks. She's over there on the squat machine. The white ladies, they're over there doing they're doing fucking kickboxing classes, and they're on the spin bikes. Where's the black women? There's no black women here, bro. Where's the sisters? The black woman is like, no, fuck that shit. I ain't doing that. I gotta watch Netflix. I got Game of Thrones is on. I gotta watch my shows. I ain't got no time to be going to the gym. I ain't walking. I ain't doing that shit. Thank you, bro. We appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. So tell me why, for Shannon, a 49.5-year-old black man who is successful and polished and all that good stuff and has ticks all the boxes, right? What is the advantage, or why would most older women be a waste of his time? One, most of them 40 and over are fat and obese, right? Number 2, if you get past the fat and obese, so now we're down to just 20%. If there's 10 women in a room that's 40 and over, 8 of them, you could move out the room. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate you. You 8, you get to leave. Go ahead and go. Yeah, you didn't make the cut. Wait. We just got... Yeah, you're all fat. So you got to go. Yeah, well, what do I? Nothing. Goodbye. Have a nice day. 2 women left. 2 women left. JS hit me with another super. Oh, he's in Elk Grove. He's in Elk Grove. That's in California. You guys don't know where that is. I know about Elk Grove. Shout out to JS for another $10 super chat. Everybody.
Being number 1 isn't
easy.
easy.
Up in Elk Grove, Shannon. He said the Asian women, the Hispanic women, and the white women are in the gym with natural bodies. There's no BBWs. JS says, look, Shan, I'm in Elk Grove, bruh. Right here. I got, it's a mix. It's a mix of us up in here in Elk Grove. But it's only these that's in the gym, and they in there naturally. There's no augmentations. There's no BBLs. There's no injections. There's no transferring of body fat from one part of your body to another. This women, they just do the hard work, Shan. Shout out to JS. Everybody throw your
Being
ones.
number one isn't easy.
Thank you, bro. Gail, what'd you say, Gail? Gail says, look, Shan, I don't give a fuck what you talking about, baby. I don't care what you're saying, Shan. I'm having me a spoonful of mac and cheese right now with my fish, but I got to work out and drink a lot. Gail, not you. Gail, you in the top 20%. Come on, Gail. You're not over there just wolfing down no mac and cheese. Gail, stop. Put that mac and cheese in the trash. Throw that macaroni and cheese away, Gail. Eat a salad, Gail. You know better. 10 women in a room. Shannon is the candidate. Shannon steps up. 6'2". Well, I'm not handsome, but I check off all the other boxes. And I walk in the room and I'm looking for a woman who's 40 years and older. All right, I'm excited to find me a good woman. I can't wait. I walk in the room and they remove my blindfold and 8 of the women is eliminated right off the top. 8 of the women is eliminated right off the top. Exit left, ladies. 80% of y'all is fat. So you guys got to go. Now I got to pick from 2 chicks. That's what I got to pick for. Pick from 40 and over. I get to pick from 2 of y'all. Stephen Hush. Stephen, stop, Stephen. You being petty, just like you was with the super chats. Talking about I want the big chicks. I like my girls BBW, better black women. That's what BBW stands for over here. Then now with these 2 women left in the room for Shan, what do I have to deal with? Bitchy, argumentative, and uncooperative. In our highly charged political environment these days, there can be seen an older black woman who are dyed in the wool lefties and black feminist types who wear these things on their sleeves as if it's a badge of honor. Luckily for guys like us, they make it a lot easier to avoid. So now with these 2 women, I got to find one that's not bitchy argumentative. Now, I also got to find one who is not or asexual. As a recent Deborah Darth Hideous Cooper, y'all know who Deborah Cooper is, right? We talked about her. Video on the matter clearly shows many older black women have made it clear in no uncertain terms that they are not gonna bust it wide open for you fellas. Fortunately for us, though, there are quite a few older women elsewhere who don't hold the same view. Fellas, I wonder, do you guys realize how many men are suffering in silence? How many married husbands are suffering in silence? They can't go get no pussy nowhere else because that would be cheating. And they woman won't give them none. She goes to bed with granny panties. She's not on her cycle. She's not on her menstrual cycle. She goes to bed wearing granny panties, sports bra, sweatpants, hoodie, and a robe. And she get in the bed like that with a mask on and a bonnet. You horny as a motherfucker. You horny. You ready. This husband is ready. And his woman, night after night, get in dressed like she's ready to go to battle. Granny panties, sports bra, sweatpants, hoodie, and a robe. Mask and a bonnet. Talking about what we watching tonight. There are millions of men suffering in silence, fellas, and there's nothing he can do about it. There's nothing. He can't go nowhere. He is stuck. This is where the whole ball and chain thing comes from. Unsexual, asexual women and have no problem with it. They are not going to bust it wide open for their man. They don't give a fuck what he wants anyway. I don't care. I'm not in the mood. You need to get me in the mood is what they got. They got elaborate excuses for the shit. Let's continue. Women over 40, way too many problems. As the critically acclaimed documentary by Al Grease, Frustrated Black American Men in Brazil, clearly points out, far too many older black women have way too many problems for their own good and expect any man they meet to want to hear them drone on and on and on about them. Ain't nobody got time for all you and your goddamn problems. I heard a show. There was a show that was just done. Okay, sidebar. Shout out to my girl, Lauren Melissa. Somebody tag Lauren Melissa. Tell her that I'm about to talk to her, and tell Anton that I'm about to talk about him. Somebody go tag Melissa. Give him the timestamp. Give Lauren Melissa and Anton Daniels. Lauren Melissa, a great content creator and a friend of mine, and Anton Daniels, a great content creator and a friend of mine, a tag. Tell them that Shannon's getting ready to talk about them. I just saw about a couple days ago a reaction video from Reva, another great content creator. Everybody, Reva clipped and reacted to a conversation that Anton and Melissa had talking about men listening to women's problems. You guys may or may not know what I'm talking about, but if you don't, just jot this down. Reva, R-I-V-A-H. That's her name, and that's her channel. And then she did a reaction video to Lauren Melissa and Anton Daniels having a conversation about men listening to problems. Lauren, who's 31, very beautiful. She's single. She's out here in Los Angeles. She's saying, I need a man to listen to everything I got. I'll go to work and I have an issue. I'm coming home and I want a man that's listening to everything I got to say. I got problems and I'm having issues at work. And Anton was like, don't nobody want to hear all that shit. Oh, yes, there is. I've been with men. She said, I've been with guys that wanted to listen to me and wanted to hear my problems. Anton was like, no, he didn't want to listen to that shit. He just tolerated that because he knows that you want him to listen to that. You think he wants to listen to all of that shit. In fact, he may even start the conversation because he knows that that's what's necessary to. If he wants to go to Pound Town tonight, he got to ask you how your day was and say, what? Say what? Your coworker did what? That nigga said what? Oh, that's fucked up. And what'd your boss do? Are you serious? That's crazy. Why your supervisor? Damn. Man, you better than that. You say what? Because he wants to go to Pound Town in an hour. And Anton was telling her, like, look, listen, sweetheart, that nigga he don't want to hear that shit. He don't want to hear you and your goddamn problems at work with your coworker in the cubicle next to you because they ate your food from the break room refrigerator because you didn't write your name on the package. So they ate your lunch. They drank your drink. And so now y'all fighting. Or they parked in your parking space. But you still the employee of the month. You got to park in the employee of the month parking space, but then they parked there and they did what? And Anton is telling her that and saying, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, don't nobody want to hear that shit. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Look, Javaro heard it. Javaro was watching. Javaro saw the reaction this morning. It's on Reva's show. Shout out to Reva. Shout out to Anton. Shout out to Melissa. These are my friends. Tag them in the show and let them know I'm talking about them right now. Give them the timestamp so they can skip forward to this part. Anton was trying to explain to Melissa, listen, don't nobody want to hear all that shit. What are you talking about? Here we have Obsidian writing about it. Way too many goddamn problems. We don't want to hear all of that. At the end of number 4, he says, ain't nobody got time for that. That's just an example. That's just an example. You women, you do not understand how men think, and you do not care to understand how we think. It's all about you. You don't give a fuck about what we want. And that's one of the major issues. Let's continue. Number 5, why a 50-year-old Shannon would not be advantageous for a 50-year-old Shannon to date a 40-year-old Black American woman. Number 5, verbally After we've already eliminated like 8 of them just because of number 1, right? Now I'm down to the 2 people I got to deal with attitude and don't want to have sex and way too many problems. I know you ladies claim that you have sex and you in your prime and you want to fuck all the time. That's bullshit. No, you don't. Stop it. That's a lie, right? Number 5, verbally, psychologically, mentally, physically abusive. Beyonce's mother, Tina Knowles, and Richard Lawson, her second husband, among a great many other examples. Thank you, worldstarhiphop.com. Enough said. Now, put all this together with the usual complement of Wookie weaves, press-on nails, fake the funk waist trainers, sweet sweat waist trainers, and other deceptive appliances, and it all adds up to there being a lot to take in the name of being of service to the community. Again, no wonder there are so many black men dying off. Anything's better than a fate like that. And now, at last, you can see the reason for the dual quotations in the beginning of today's column. Because if old Benjamin Franklin were alive today, he would be downright appalled by what he would see in the community among its older black women in particular. A far cry from the, yeah, I'll say it, the white older ladies of his time. Sister Shahrazad Ali came a lot closer to the present day truth in its regard. And it explains a lot, doesn't it? Be it resolved then, my brothers, that in answer to the burning question, what do older black women have to offer? I reply, nothing. Older black women have nothing to, oh man, that's tough to say. Older black women have nothing to offer the black dating market in America today, but a head and heartache, pain, misery, and yes, even death. What black man worth his salt wants any part of that? Ladies and gentlemen, that was chapter 10. Everybody, throw your ones up. Look like you guys are already doing it for Sun is Hot Raw. Sun is Hot came in with a £10. That means he paid more than 10. It's about $12, $13. He came in with 10 pounds. He said, look, black women have 1 million excuses as to why they're overweight. Their favorite one is my thyroids. Oh, that's a thyroid issue. Oh, it's diabetes. It's a medical condition. Everything and anything except for gluttony and laziness as to why they're overweight. They got more reasons as to why they fat. More excuses on excuses on excuses as to why they fat. It's a medical reason. What about the women with medical reasons? You talking about the 1%, the 0.8%? You making an argument for 100% of people for the 0.8% of the issues of people that have issues? Really? Shout out to Sun is Hot Raw. Everybody throw your ones up to him.
Being number 1 isn't easy.
Everybody throw your ones up to Sun is Hot Raw. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to read chapter 11. It is a short chapter. It's only 12 pages. It's shorter than the last chapter. The Spinster bubble is about to bust wide open. The Spinster bubble is about to bust wide open. Thank you, Sun is Hot Raw. I appreciate your support and your contribution and your continued contribution because you always support this channel and your blessing today. Thank you so much. The Spinster bubble is about to bust wide open. I'm going to read this one kind of fast, you guys, because I enjoy reading this book. I could be here all day, but I don't want to be here all day. All right. I was probably one step away from being out here on the streets. Karen Jennings, 65-year-old black spinster. I knew it wouldn't be long before the social media personality and shameless attention whore masquerading as a dating coach, April Mason. Oh, goodness gracious. Let me start over again. Y'all know April Mason. She became popular in the fourth quarter of 2021. Just in the last 2-3 months, everybody heard April Mason. Well, check this out. Obsidian was writing about April Mason way before that. Here's the thing. April is my pal. I talk to April Mason. We're friends. Shannon and April Mason are buddies. I talk to her occasionally. I support April Mason. But my man is about to talk about her. So, but I got to read it. He wrote it in the book, and he talked about it before most of you guys ever heard of April Mason. So here we go. I knew it wouldn't be long before the social media personality and shameless attention whore masquerading as a dating coach, April Mason, would be back on the Black social media streets. You might recall that in the wake of a frantic Facebook YouTube video where she, quote unquote, called out good Black men to come to the aid of her cousin, Cynthia Collier of East Point, Georgia, in the aftermath of what Collier claimed was an abduction attempt on the part of several nefarious, unidentified Black men. As it turned out, though, Collier herself was arrested. Collier herself was arrested by East Point's police department for lying to the police about the entire fucking incident. That was just 2 months ago. And instead of April Mason either falling back altogether or issuing a full-throated apology to the good Black men that she had previously tried to upbraid and admit to going off half-cocked, you know what April Mason did? What far too many Black women in our time do. She doubled down. And she doubled down on prime time, no less. A week ago, April Mason appeared as a special guest on fellow social media personality, attention whore, and self-proclaimed girl who swirls, Crystalline Carrison YouTube channel to, quote, educate Black men. I didn't know about this. I didn't know that April showed up on Crystalline Carrison's show. This is news. But I never read this book before. And she showed up on the show to educate Black men about how and why it's important to, quote unquote, protect Black women. Even those who are liars, protect them. Black men, even those who are unrepentant in the face of the facts, Black men are supposed to protect them too. Even the Black women who berate Black men, who's questioned her as Black males, Black men are supposed to protect them as well. And my personal favorite declares that Black women should go where they are appreciated. Even the divested Black women, Black men, even the Black women that don't want to fuck with Black men are supposed to protect those Black women too. It's a cheap way of saying, go get you a white man. You just cannot make this shit up. But as per usual, while everyone else is on Black social media, clucks away at Mason's most recent pathetic social media antics, your correspondent and dating coach for the non-select guy, Obsidian himself, has a much more sobering take on the past week's events, one that has a direct and hidden bearing on April Masons of the world, of which there are many. Black America's penchant for diversions. We like to divert. Smoke and mirrors. Black America's Black America's, what word? For lack of a better term, the way we love to fuck with smoke and mirrors. What April Mason and literally millions of Black women like her won't tell us is that most of them are single and suffer from some kind of pre-existing medical condition. Like Mason, herself a divorced grandmother of 45 at the time who has lupus. What makes matters worse is that she's also disclosed that she doesn't take her prescribed meds and that her number one fear is that she will live and die alone. I didn't know that about April Mason. Good to learn. Black America currently has some 12 million Black women aged 35 and older. Nearly half of that number having never been married. Put that together with millions of Black women who are divorced, like April Mason herself, and we're facing a demographic crisis, the likes of which we haven't seen since the early 20th century, with mass lynchings race riots, bombings, and the like in Black America. It is truly an enormous spinster bubble waiting to bust wide open, and no one in Black America seems to give a shit. This is because Black America, men and women alike, like to live in denial. Both men and women in Black America like to live in denial. We as a group of people honestly like to believe that out of sight, out of mind, moreover, that if we don't like a certain piece of information, we can simply discard it, regardless as to its accuracy. And perhaps what's most troubling is that Black Americans seem to delight in finding diversions to the topics and issues at hand, instead of dealing with the rife internal problems that threaten to make large swaths of present-day Black America a permanent underclass. We instead resort to more caterwauling about, racism. It's racism. Or harping on about reparations. We need our reparation check for slavery. Instead of dealing with an impossible to ignore antisocial and criminal problem in our own midst, we scapegoat the cops. And instead of dealing with the looming tower that is the Black spinster crisis that is staring all of us down, we instead go on witch hunts for Black incels. You know what an incel is? That's involuntary celibate. People who can't get sex. Not that they don't want to, not that they wouldn't if they could. They simply can't get it. Involuntarily, they are celibate. That's what an incel is. The reason why so many Black Americans are so reluctant to take these matters by the horns is very easy to understand, because they are not arid academic talking points being conducted in a sterile university environment. Instead, the problems that beset Black America in general, and the particular one that is the topic of today's column, are very real. Like the crack wars of the 80s and the 90s, the spinster bubble is something every Black American is touched by, either directly or indirectly. Your mama, your cousin, your auntie. We all have at least one, and if we're being honest, as many as half or a dozen or more Black female family members who are either baby mamas, Black women who became mothers of kids without the benefit, in some cases ever, of being married. That's what a baby mama is. Or Black female members who neither marry nor have kids at all. Black folk know deep down that all of the social indices in just about every area of human endeavor in the 21st century sucks for us. Marriage rates, homeownership rates, household incomes, personal and family wealth, you name it. To be brutally frank, it is downright depressing. And yet, there is no sense of urgency on the part of our great thinkers, political or cultural leaders or influencers, to deal honestly with all of this shit. And a big part of that, as the numbers will soon bear out, has to do with a cohort of strong, independent Black women who don't need no man, right? Who are now old today, living alone, and living hand to mouth, and are literally surviving on the kindness of strangers. People helping them out to lift that heavy box out the trunk of the car. Shit like that. These family members, Black women who have no long-term mates, pose all manners of problems and burdens onto the rest of our community. And contrary to what the woke press will try to have us believe otherwise, it is the personal series of bad life choices that these ladies have made that has led them to this point now. Hold on, I got to write something down because I'm doing a show in about an hour, and he just made a point that I need to touch on. Mama, I got you. Mama, I got you. I'm here for you no matter what. Son husbands. Sorry, you guys. I had to make a note for a show that I'm doing later today on son husbands and women that use their children as retirement plans. Thank you, Obsidian. Anyways, let's get back to this. These family members, Black women who have no long-term mates, pose all manners of problems and burdens onto the rest of us, and Contrary to what the woke press will try to have us believe otherwise, it is the personal series of bad life choices that these women have made that has led them to this point now. Why should it be our job to bail these women out that's made bad life choices? These older black women that's put themselves into this predicament. The rhetoric and the reality, the shit that we hear and what's actually happening. Just as black Americans in general are big on diversions, we are just as big on, as the old heads would say back in the day, selling wolf tickets. This is most evident with black women, the baby boomers and the Generation Xers, and now even some millennials can be heard bellowing down through decades about how quote unquote strong and independent they are and how they don't need no man. Tell that to Miss Karen Jennings. Oh, I wrote about her, you guys. Remember I talked about Karen Jennings? Remember I brought up her article in one of my High Value Shan shows? Tell that to Miss Karen Jennings, the 65-year-old black spinster and subject of the recent Aussie website article, Why Black Women Are Aging Alone. We brought that article up. I used it. Shout out to Obsidian. Karen Jennings, she had hit rock bottom 4 years after the market crash of 2008. Her life savings and investments were gone. She'd been forced to sell the house she'd owned and co-lived in with her aunt and mother, who had then died. Jennings had always taken pride in holding steady jobs, jobs that she loved, by the way, like teaching and working at a parish. But in 2013, the Virginia native declared bankruptcy. As an only child who never married or had children, Jennings, who's now age 65, had very few relatives to lean on for support. Friends could only help me so far, she says. What family I had, they tried to help me every way they could, but they couldn't. Jennings is part of a growing number of black women who are aging all alone. By 2060, hold on, I want you guys to pay attention to this. Everybody pay attention to this. Listen up. By 2060, I see some of y'all are thinking today's terms. You don't look at tomorrow. That's another problem with black America. Y'all motherfuckers don't pay attention to the future. You think everything matters today and then tomorrow's not going to come. Until tomorrow shows up and then you're like, oh my God, what happened? You should have paid attention years ago when we told you to. So here, by 2060, which is only 40 years from now, 1 in 4 Americans will be 65 years or older. 25% of America is going to be old, according to the Census Bureau. Gaps in U.S. healthcare system mean that family members often need to provide medical, emotional, and financial support to keep their elders alive. But research published in 2017 by American and Canadian sociologists show that elder black women in America face a kin gap. You guys face a kin gap, meaning they are without a partner, they are without children, they are without siblings, and they are without parents who are still alive. You ain't got no man, you ain't got no sister or brother, you ain't got no you ain't got no children, and your mama and daddy ain't here at higher rates than other women. The article continues with this interesting tidbit. That gap's also widening faster than other communities. 2.2% of black women and 1.7% of black men are kinless, also called elder orphans. In 2000, I have an elder orphan across the street from me. You know, it's weird that he says this. My neighbor across the street, directly across the street, is an old woman. Her sons were gangbangers, and they were murdered during the gangbanging era. And they were Crips, and they were murdered back, 20 years ago during the Crip. Both sons. She had 2 sons. She got rid of her husband. She's a sassy old black woman. She's one of the motherfuckers on the neighborhood that I can't talk to. She thinks she know everything, that type of shit, right? Sons is dead, and she ain't got no friends. She's kinless. She is who they're talking about. It's funny. Right across the street from me. There's another one. Anyways, let's go. 2.2% of black women and 1.7% of black men are kinless in 2015, compared to just over 1% for white women and less than 1% for white men. These figures are projected to hit over 7% for black women and nearly 6% for black men by the year 2060. That means 1.6 million black women, the entire size of Philadelphia's population, will be living without any kin to them. Nobody to connect. No children, no spouse, no brother or sister, no mama and daddy. That's right, dear reader. In just 4 decades' time, the sheer number of black spinsters will be the size of the entire city population of Philadelphia. And they will need protection. They're going to need security. They're going to need housing and health care, with no one there in the way of a spouse or family to provide it. You might recall last fall when I cited an article that had to do with my hometown on this very issue. Lest one think that my mention of the Noah's Lawson incident was just the stuff of Hollywood celebrity and drama TV, think again. In a recent piece appearing in my hometown New York newspaper of record, the Philadelphia Inquirer, the author laments the dearth of older black men for older black women, titled "Where Did All the Men Go?" In Philly, women outnumbered them by 90,000. The widest gender gap among major U.S. cities, and published on the Inquirer's website on November 11, 2019. It reads in part the following. At age 64, Rosa Rodriguez kept outliving her men. Her husband and 2 boyfriends died at relatively young ages. Meanwhile, Rodriguez, a former worker in the sewing factory, continues to enjoy cooking, watching TV, and socializing at North's Senior Community Center. Men don't take care of themselves like women do, said the mother of 5 who moved to Philadelphia from Puerto Rico 60 years ago. Sometimes I'm lonely, but a lot of times I'm just fine. Rodriguez is part of a surprising state of affairs here. The imbalance between the number of adult women and men is so great. Among the nation's 10 biggest cities, Philadelphia is the most predominantly female. Within the city, women outnumber men by 90,000. According to an Inquirer analysis of the U.S. Census Bureau figures, that works out to 86.4 for every 100 men. On the other end of the scale, San Jose, California has 100.2 men for every 100 women, possibly because of the male-dominated tech industry. Philadelphia is a city of women, said Thelma Kennerly, who runs a food kitchen at Devereaux United Methodist Church in Tioga. Our men are dead or in jail, but women are still out here. Women are the stronger ones. Yes, Ms. Kennerly, your black men are dead or in jail. Meanwhile, lifelong Philadelphians like yours are truly doing just fine. Thank you very much, as I noted in the previous column. Lessons learned from the summer of 2019 North Philly shootout. August 19, 2018. As you can see, we're talking about one of the most crime, drug, and poverty-stricken areas of the city. So this is, at least in some sense, a class issue. While the Inquiry article would have us believe that it is all black men to blame for this, for why there are so many lonely black spinsters, what is curiously left out is the Tina Knowles, the Beyonce mom type behaviors that just might have driven so many of those black men into early grave in the first place. We know from academic study that your partner can and will have a marked impact on your life for better or worse. But here again, the information is imparted in the gendered ways. What no one wants to openly say is that being with a bitch, an older black bitch, especially an older one, will have a deleterious effect on your life, which just might explain, at least in part, why there are so many dead black men in Philly. What do older black men have to offer black women in the dating marketplace as of 2018, 2019? For those of you out there reading this and thinking, well, okay, here, everybody pay attention, all right? For those of you out there reading this and thinking, well, Obsidian's just talking about old chicks, old biddies. Read the above Oxy website passage again. It says by the year 2060. What does this mean? It means that black women today, who's only about age 25, will be 65 years old then. And the projections are clear. They will be alone. And the reasons for how and why they wound up in that state ain't quite what they've been led to believe. The bill always comes due. As I've said in numerous pieces in this column, black women are more often than not and, contrary to popular belief, victims of their own actions and continuous string of bad choices. Nowhere is there more apparent than in the realm of dating and mating. By now, it is clear that Black women, taken as a group, remember, we have the U.S. Census data on our side here, right? Simply put, more importance of priorities in Black men that are purely superficial. You only give a fuck about how he looks, how good that dick game is, right? His height, his dick size, his body. You care more about that, Black women, rather than on his honesty, his willingness to provide, and overall competence. And these choices, these priorities do come at a heavy price for most Black women. As Karen Jennings is just now finding out, so many Black women, she had the chance to settle down with a good Black man of her own. But she chose to get her master's degree at the age of 50, no less. Karen Jennings could have settled down with a good Black man, but she decided to go to fucking school and get a master's degree in something that she can't even use. Because I don't know if he mentions it here, but I want to remind you guys, she was working on, at 65, she wanted to travel to Canada. She was talking about going on vacations at 65. And she said, but before I do that, I got to work on paying off my car. Go find the article. Just type Karen Jennings in Google. You can read it yourself. I don't know if he mentioned it in here, but Karen Jennings, she got her master's degree at 50. The article was written, she was 65. She couldn't even pay off her fucking car. She was talking about going on vacation, saving up for a vacation at 60, 15 years after she got her master's degree. Talking about, but I need to pay off my car first. So she put all that sweat equity in getting her degree and didn't put a concentration on a man. And now don't no man want her. She ain't gonna get one, but she got that master's degree on the wall and she can't even afford to get she can't even afford her car note. Come on, ladies. Are you that daft? I mean, come on, you got to be joking me, right? With the arguing points that you guys are making oftentimes. That's what you would rather have than cooperate with a man? You would prefer that life than to cooperate with a man who's gonna cover you. It's wild to me. Because we good. We build. We got the strength. The tensile strength in my muscles is okay to lift the things I need to lift. I don't need no help lifting nothing out of the trunk of my car. You do. You need to call a man to come help do stuff. I could do it myself. So, anyways, let's continue. She chose to get her master's at the age of 50, no less, and in a field that doesn't pay any money that a single elderly woman would need to survive comfortably. She got her master's in theology. What the fuck you get a master's degree in theology for at age 50? What did you get a master's degree in theology at age 50? You put all that equity and concentration and paying attention to get a theology degree? But then you think a man is going to show up and you don't even have to drop your handkerchief to get his attention? Boy, they did a number on us. And you women are falling for it. They did a number on us and they're targeting you women. And listening to me right now is pissing you off more than the reality of your situation. You should be saying, thank you, Shannon. I appreciate you talking to me like that. I'm going to get my shit together. But rather, you know what? You hate hearing it coming from my mouth. Then the sad state of disregard that you are currently in or going to be in. It may be harsh to say, but Jennings is the poster child of the Black women of today. Hard-headed, short-sighted, and probably too much of a, now old, bitch for anyone who would want to be around her long enough to truly care. And despite her comparatively younger age and truly good looks, April Mason is in the same boat. In just 20 years, she too will be 65. Assuming that she lives that long. If she's hysterical about not being protected today, how do you think she's going to be then? The simple truth is that entire waves of Black women have written checks that their behinds can't cash. And worse, they're belligerent and recalcitrant about it. They honestly think that someone owes them a bailout. I don't think so. These Black women have made their beds and cast their lots with the select fuckboys of Black America. They've often turned their noses up at the good nerd brothers amongst us and given us their behinds to kiss. They want the non-select guy to kiss their ass. They want the nerds like Shannon to kiss their ass. And they've made one bad choice after another in the name of living my best life. Well, even the best lives ends, ladies. Do you have a hospice care plan? Do you have a old folks home care plan in your future? I truly hope so, because you're going to need it. Just ask Miss Karen Jennings. And that is chapter 11. Why are you not going next? Oh, this chapter is even shorter. I'm going to read fast, you guys. We are on last chapter, chapter 12. Why don't Black women just rent a man? Why not just rent you some dick? Rent you a guy. Before the billions is in the house. Everybody.
Hoo-ah!
Before the billions, that's my guy. Appreciate you being here, man. He just ordered the Book of Obsidian. Shout out to Before the Billions.
Hoo-ah!
My man. Good job, bro. Good job. Hey, Lakeisha, you hanging in there with me? LaRonda, you hanging in there with me? Where's Princessa? She hanging in there? I don't see her. Javaro, you in there with me? Steven, you hanging in there? Marvy, I know is hanging in there. Marvy is my inner circle. Princessa's there. I see you. I don't know if she's still here, though. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's read the last chapter, chapter 12. Why don't you just rent a bae? Ladies, Donnie Mac, what up? Why don't Black women just go rent a bae? Why don't you just rent a bae? Just rent them. Just pay for them. Just pay for the dick. Pay for the guy. Pay for the help. You see how easy it is to drink 2 of these a whole day? Because it tastes good. All right, guys. We only got 9 pages, and we'll be done for the day. Here we go. Oh, she left? Okay, cool. Lakeisha, you gonna rent a bae? Lakeisha, you gonna rent a bae with your fine self? I'm gonna put it out there right now, y'all. I'm gonna put it out there. I got a crush on Lakeisha, but she lived too far. I got a crush on Lakeisha, but she lived too far. So it's not gonna work out. I don't believe in long distance relationships. I've never spoke to Lakeisha on the telephone. I don't even have her phone number. She don't have mine. I've never talked to her, but I think Lakeisha is fine. I seen her face. She did a video. Did you guys see my video? I did a short. She gave me a shout out for working for the workout. She's fine. Oh my God, fellas, she's fine. Whew, she's fine. But she lives too far. And she ain't coming to LA. And I ain't moving to Chicago. You forget that. But she's too far. Lakeisha, you too far. I wish you were here. If you were here, it would be a wrap. You'd be right here next to me, baby. Look at me and my girl Reed. Everybody meet Lakeisha. It's my girl. But Lakeisha's too far. So what can I do? All right, you guys, let's continue. I got to find somebody close. I need somebody nearby. I need a woman because I want to, like after the show is over, I want to just be able to go lay down and be like, hey, babe, just love up on my woman. Just love up on my woman. But can't do that if you're in Chicago. I ain't FaceTiming. Ain't nobody sexting. I ain't sexting. I ain't got time for that. What the All right, here we go. Let's go. Why don't black women just Rent-A-Bae? Black women as a whole, quote, black women as a whole will never admit to our failures and shortcomings, particularly those that pertain to relationships. To have to resort to buying an escort, also known as a man on demand. I call them maintenance men. Sidebar, ladies and gentlemen, I call them maintenance men. A man on demand would be admission of failure. To say that you have to get you a man on demand would be you admitting that you failed. More importantly, it would be a failure in that they couldn't even motivate the men they are actually fucking to step up and take them out on an actual date or outing. So sad. That was from a female listener who wishes to remain anonymous. In last week's column, and by the way, you guys, you hear Obsidian talking about columns. See, Obsidian has a column on the website, right? On the negromanosphere.com. He has a column, and his columns add up to his books. So like this, like each one of these chapters was actually like a column, and he's taken his collection of columns and turned them into this book. So whenever you hear a column in a chapter, he's really talking about something that he's already written, and he's making a collection of it into a book. Very smart, right? So let's go. In last week's column, what do older black women have to offer in the black American dating market, or in this case, in the previous chapter? I made the case that black America faces a very real problem of an outsized cohort of de facto black spinsters spanning in age from late 30 to late 50s and beyond, and we simply do not know how to meaningfully contend with the problem they bring to our collective doorstep. I further argued that when closely examined, most of the ladies of this cohort offer precious little to black men like us. Successful. Let me say that again. I further argue that when closely examined, most of the ladies of this cohort, the women who's 30 to 50, offer they offer precious little to black men like us, black men who are successful, and black men who are ambitious, and black men who are industrious, and black men who are honest, and black men who are committed and oriented, for reasons that we all know deep down to be true, because far too many are set in their highly dysfunctional ways. But what I didn't get to examine in the previous chapter was another sobering fact, that for most black women in the burgeoning Spinster cohort, 30 to 50, that's what a Spinster is, the old women, right? Cohort in today's black America, they aren't actually looking for a serious relationship, or by extension, a good black man. They're looking for something else. They're looking for, what did Kim say? Hush, Kim. Kim is out there. Kim, don't start. You hush. They're looking for something else. In today's column, which can rightly be viewed as a kind of follow-up to last week's essay, we ask a very simple question. Why don't black women simply rent a man? The answers may or may not shock you. So read on, dear reader, read on. A Paul on the road to Damascus moment. You guys know the story of Paul on the road to Damascus, right? Although I'd been quietly conducting my own quote-unquote field research on dating and mating related issues in today's black America for a solid 10 years at this point, it was earlier this year while attending a Derek Jackson
Welcome
here in my home
to the real world.
that it became crystal clear what is the missing link, what was the complex puzzle in this complex puzzle. We know that Black Love Incorporated is a multi-billion-dollar a year enterprise. Once one adds up all the pieces and all the players, media, the authors, the social media personalities, the thought leaders, the influencers, the celebrities of varying stripe, the theologians and, the pastors and the clergymen, it is an ever-expanding miasma of stuff that black women of certain stripe eat up as much as they do their much beloved mac and cheese. Their mac and cheese. Y'all stop distracting me. All right. Back in May of this year, and as noted above, I attended a Derek Jackson event To be fair, it was officially billed as the I Love Me, Me Self-Love Summit Tour, and actually featured a triumvirate of Jackson, Stephen Labossiere, and Ace Metaphor, and the place, a ballroom in one of the airport hotels, was packed to the gills. According to one of the security logistic officials at the place, the number was tipping at nearly 1,000 women in attendance. Easily 95% of the women, easily 95% black women of just about every stripe. I saw young chippies in their 20s there. I saw grannies who looked to be every bit of 70 plus pushing their walkers into the room, and everything in between. The place was so damn packed that black women lined the walls in standing room only fashion, and all 3 of the ballroom walls were full. The question and answers portion of the presentation was little more than thinly veiled fig leaf for black women who wanted to try to get next to Jackson. Something that will be confirmed when my research assistant ear hustled the numerous florid comments of breathless black women in the ladies' room. They were firm in their intention that what they really wanted was some private time with the self-described self-love ambassador. The kabuki dance of buying tickets to these events, books and the t-shirts and other merch, along with mouthing all the platitudes of raising standards and shit, and the knowing your worth, know my worth, know one's worth, and so on, is so much theater, so much monumental waste of time and money. There's got to be a solution to all of this, right? It's finally hit me like a ton of bricks. Obsidian was at this event, ladies and gentlemen. There's 1,000 people there to listen to Derek Jackson and Ace Metaphor and Labossiere. All ages, old women with walkers down to the young chicks. All of them, or a big number of them, just wanted to fuck Derek. That's all he was there for. They didn't give a fuck about all that. I'm a woman, hear me roar, know your worth bullshit. They weren't there for that. They wanted to just get close to Derek. And it finally hit Obsidian like a ton of bricks as he was doing his research. Black women, particularly those of a certain age, those that we all tend to hear from most in both white mainstream and black vagina vision media, they don't really want a relationship and aren't particularly interested in decent brothers either. What they really want is to be able to get a hunk on their arm for the evening. They just need somebody to show up for the evening. So, okay, why don't black women simply rent a man? Just rent Rent-A-Bae. As it turns out, quite a few other women around the world and here in the States are doing just that. Enter, quote unquote, Rent-A-Gent. While strong and independent black women who are living their best lives are going through the pathetic motions of supposedly pursuing quote unquote black love, elsewhere in the country, there's another cohort of 40 and 50 something women who are just being a lot more pragmatic about the whole thing. Frustrated that their chances of finding a sexy hunk with a heart of gold on OkCupid or Match or Tinder is all but impossible, they've turned to one Miss Sarah Sheikman, the founder of Rent-A-Gent.com, a hunk for hire service that offers white women the guy of their dreams just for the evening or whatever. From being their +1 to those swanky events to merely cooking dinner in Speedos. Everything but sex. And all for the price of just $200 an hour. What a bargain. I mean, he'll cook for you in his drawers. He'll dress up in that black tie and take you to your event. He's going to the Christmas party with you, ladies. He's going to the family event. He's going to your high school reunion. It's only $200 an hour. It's nothing. You guys are making money today. He's giving you everything you need but some dick. You can't get no dick. Not officially. Rent-A-Gent has been around since 2013 and has been featured all over media, including ABC News and even GQ magazine, and now has offices in every major city except Atlanta. Now, that is serious. No, I'm sorry, that is curious, especially given the cultural, historic, and very real economic importance of America's most famed black city. There are quite a few highly educated, high-earning black women living within Atlanta's environs. What gives? I mean, an outfit like Rent-A-Gent should be a slam dunk in Atlanta, right? Right? But as of this writing in late 2019, nada. One has to wonder why. Sure, you could argue that it's because Rent-A-Gent is a white thing, right? It's a white outfit that caters mainly to a white, or perhaps might be better said, a non-black female clientele. Fair enough. However, and as you can clearly see, Rent-A-Gent does have quite a few brothers in its lineup. There's a few brothers that's works for Rent-A-Gent. You can get you a brother, right? Still, you might say that Rent-A-Gent could be missing that certain quote unquote something that would make the sisterhood feel a bit more comfortable. All right, then. So, how do we explain away the fact that Atlanta, of all places, is no slacker when it comes to other business opportunities, especially those that center on and cater to black women? The famed playwright turned movie director Tyler Perry only recently opened shop there with his production company. All his future films will be shot on location in and around Atlanta. Why hasn't some black corporate lawyer, analog to Miss Sheikman, seen the gold in them their heels? How come somebody ain't say, man, this is a great spot to open up a Rent-A-Gent in black community like Atlanta? A black female listener weighs in. The above quotation that leads off today's column just might give us the answers we seek. It hails from a black female listener of my show who wishes to remain anonymous for obvious reasons. As you can see, she argues that the real reason why there has been no Rent-A-Bae for black women of this type I am addressing is because it would be a bridge too far, quote unquote, for far too many of them. Having to resort to renting a man? A black woman having to resort to renting a man for an evening out on the town would be a tactic admission of abject and complete failure as a black woman. It would put to bed the many lies that so many black women of this cohort have so deeply invested in. Like the high educations and the salaries and all that comes with it would lead to relationship success. That's what black women seem to have been sold and seem to have purchased. Get your high degrees, get your high jobs, get your high salary, and that's going to lead to a great relationship. And if you have to rent a motherfucker, you would have to admit that was all bullshit. And y'all ain't going to do that. But as the lady's quote points to, it goes even deeper than that. Renting a man would also mean that black women simply aren't as sexy as they might have previously imagined. That the black men they currently are sexing either can't be bothered to quote unquote treat them right, or, and this is something that I think is highly just as likely, those guys aren't the kind you want to take out into the light of day. You don't even want nobody to see you with them niggas. Great to have fun with at home, right? You know, he's good to go to Pound Town with. Great to have fun when at home when no one is looking, but you really can't take them to the Delta Sigma Theta Winter Ball, if you know what I mean. The Alpha Kappa Alpha Winter Ball, if you know what I mean. The Zeta Phi Beta Winter Ball, if you know what I mean. The Sigma Gamma Rho Winter Ball, if you know what I mean. Saint Kevin Samuels, a fellow traveler of mine and an image and public relations expert, goes a step further. Kevin argues that unlike white women, Black women's social circles can be downright ruthless about the vetting process of any potential new guy that comes into the fold. An escort for the evening would raise all manners of question that a CIA level cover story would have trouble passing muster. And if the word got out that a sister actually rented a nigga, rented a brother, there would be hell to pay. Not only do I think that Kevin Samuels' arguments are spot on, but his and my nameless, faceless black female listener both explained in a big way why Black Love Incorporated continues to hum right along despite everyone seeing it for the sham that it is. The possibility of a Rent-A-Bae truce. Nevertheless, Kevin Samuels does think that the future could see Black women going the Rent-A-Man route, but much depends on cultural change. Personally, I think it would be a welcome development because at long last, it would end all of the bullshit so many Black women tell each other, tell Black men, and most importantly, tell themselves they can finally own the fact that they are who they are, that they are not interested in changing one little bit, that they are about, quote unquote, living their best lives and aren't interested in good brothers who don't come in hunked out packages. Speaking of packages, they can finally just own the fact that they are every bit as shallow and superficial as they are lambast so many Black men for being, and simply get their credit cards ready when they want some hunky company. Of course, all of this raises questions about the fate of Black love, that it would reduce us all to little more than cardboard cutouts that some of us can buy and sell, and there would be something to be said for that part. Part of the shock of freedom that Shelby Steele mentioned is the realization that Black Americans, in this case female and of a certain age, now have the means and ability to be, simply put, frivolous. That's what freedom means, after all. And it brings equal measures of gravitas and levity. No longer would Black women for whom it applies, and there are many, have to be set by that age-old conundrum of having to settle for Mr. Settle for less, when Mr. Wonderful is only a Google search and a debit card swipe away. And to be sure, the no sex part of the Rent-A-Man proposition is a major stumbling block. Because that's a requirement at the rentagent.com site. There's no sex. To be sure, the no sex part of the Rent-A-Gent proposition is a major stumbling block, and Black women are quite a bit higherly sexed than white women at any age, really. How to navigate that one would require legal minds a hell of a lot sharper than mine. But I'm sure it can be worked out, right? Somehow, all right? Just like those massage parlors. Crack that nut, and Rent-A-Bae could very well become a reality and would finally end the madness that Black love has truly become. So, how about it, ladies? How about it? Lastly, to Mr. Derek Jackson, wherever you are seriously in the wrong line of work, bruh. Rent-A-Gent is calling you. And that, my friends, is chapter 12. Wednesday, we're going to start reading chapter 13, 14, 15, and 16. 13 is, are Black women more problematic than non-Black women? Uh-oh. Oh, God. Obsidian, you killing them. You killing them, Obsidian. How you guys feeling? Everybody, clap along with Marvelette. We knocked it out, you guys. We knocked it out, you guys. For those, I know some parts that's hard to listen to. I get it. That's the way I read. But you got the gist of what we read. We knocked it out. How far are we in? We're only in 3 hours and 15 minutes. Shit, my countdown is 15 minutes, so we knocked this out in less than 3 hours. Nice. Nice. My monologue is probably another 30 to 45 minutes. So nice. We made it happen, you guys. We made it happen. Shout out to everybody that hung in there with your boy Shan. Shout out to the people that's still here. Shout out to everybody that's still here and people that hung out with your boy Shan. I appreciate you guys. I'm so happy. I'm excited that we did this. I was told that there's not a lot of people that do this. I hope that I don't want to be the only one that reads books. By the way, I don't want to be the only one that does this. I want you guys to do it too. You know, I'm not going to stop though. Thank you so much for being here. Did you guys want to have a discussion after? If you guys want to pull up and talk about this, type a 1. If you want to come up and say something, type 1 in the chat. I need to have at least 3 people that want to come up. If not, we'll wrap it up and I'll see you Wednesday. If not, I'll wrap it up and see you Wednesday. Let's do our chat. Did everybody type salute in the chat? I'm going to give you 20 seconds to type salute in the chat so you can be entered into the contest, because I'm going to end the contest and do the giveaway. All you got to do is type the word salute in the chat. You got 20 seconds to type salute in the chat. You got 20 seconds to type salute in the chat. Steven wants to come up. I need 2 more if you guys want to open it up. Marvelette is in the running. She typed salute. Anybody else want to type salute in the chat? Cool. Av type salute. See how the system caught Marvelette? That's the system doing that automatic. See how the system caught Av? It did it automatically. It does it automatically. It does it automatically. See how it caught Gail? See, if you type salute and it doesn't catch you, it means that you was already in there. See how it caught Mr. Donnie Mac? See how it caught Javaro? I'm not doing that. That's the system doing it all by itself. See how it caught Mike? My system is listening for anybody that types salute in the chat, because I'm going to hit one button and it's going to do a random pick of a winner. Cornelius is in and Bullish P is in. I know everybody's like, stop entering. Y'all making it harder for me to win. Don't be like that. We go live. We give away every live we do. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. We're winning. The system is working now. So, you know, we're back to giving away free stuff. It's available for everybody. I appreciate you guys. Steve, we'll do a panel discussion next time. It's not enough people want to come up. There's not enough people that want to come up. All right, guys, let's do our giveaway. Let me go over to my window. Oh yeah, you guys are in here. You guys are in here. We got you all loaded in. Before the Billions is in here. Roger Report. Roger Report is here. My guy is here. I didn't even see him. I hate when I don't see my friends pull up. Roger Report is here. All right, guys. I think that's over 20 seconds. I'm going to close the entries. E Black is in the house. E Black, real quick. E Black, type salute. E Black, type salute. I'm not going to stop it. I saw your what up just in time. E Black, type salute in the chat. And I'm going to wait for your name to show up on my system. E Black, type salute. Boom. E Black, type salute. Did my system pick? There it is. Here, I'll show you guys. See? See E Black's name down here at the bottom? E Black TV. It's right here. He's the last one that typed salute. Bullish and Cornelius and Mike and Javaro and Mr. Donnie Mac and Gail, Av and Marvy and Roger Report and Steven and Before the Bid and all these other people are in the contest. So I want you guys to all type salute. Type salute. All right, we're getting ready to end it. So we're going to scroll to the top. I'm going to close the entries. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How come I want to see my picture? Why my picture not on the screen? There I go. I'm just saying, I want to see myself, y'all. All right. So let's go down. Let's get, okay. And we're going to go ahead and close the entries. Boom. Close the entries. I'm going to wait for the entries to show. This is the contest I do. Because we haven't done it in so long, I'm kind of showing you guys how the system works, because it stopped working for me for about 3 weeks. But now I went with customer service and support, and we did some technical shit, and my code was messed up on my account only. Got it all fixed. Okay, cool. New entries have closed, and we're going to pick the winner. See that pick a winner button that's highlighted in the middle? I'm about to push that button. And the winner of today's giveaway is Lakecia Michelle. Hey, Lakecia, you are the winner, my love. It's gonna say her name, and we say okay. And see, everybody gets one ticket. Everybody, it doesn't matter how many times you type salute. I have the system set that you guys only get entered one time. So you could type salute 10,000 times or just once. You still only enter into the contest once. Randomly, it's selected, and Lakecia is the winner. Everybody give a shout out to Lakecia for winning. She won. It even says it. Look, see, now it's following what Lakecia is saying over here. You see, it says Lakecia, she clapped, and then she said, I won. It's following her writing right now because Lakecia is the winner. Shout out to Lakecia, everybody. Lakecia is the winner of the contest for today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for coming to my show. I appreciate you guys being here. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm looking to get 4,000. I need 4,000 subscribers. Please help me. I know it's a big goal, but it's my goal. I want you guys to help me get to 4,000 subscribers. Please hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to help me get there, please share this show on your Facebook page. It's the easiest one to share. All you got to do is hit the share button and then hit Facebook and then put it on your timeline. It's just that simple. I get there. There's other, you could Twitter and all this other. No, just share it on your Facebook page. That helps your boy out. Thank you so much, you guys. Like this video and please join the army, just like Big Bad Bull did today. Join the SR Army. We're not the U.S. Army. We're the SR Army. And I want you to be part of our private discussions at Facebook. We have a private Facebook discussion page. To find it, just go to this website, sidebar.shannonrawls.com. Just open up a browser and type sidebar.shannonrawls.com and then join my discussion group. It's a private discussion group. I'll let you in and you'll be over there. We take some of these discussions, we take over there and we continue talking. It's a Facebook group. You can post photos. You can talk about shit. You can recommend stuff. It's a private Facebook group for those that support me over here at YouTube that we have an open discussion over at Facebook. So come on over to Sidebar with Shannon and Friends at Facebook. To get it easily, it's sidebar.shannonrawls.com. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all. My name is Mr. Shannon. Thank you for reading along with us. Thank you so much for reading along with us. Remember, reading is the way to expand your mind and your bank account. Tune in next time, which is Wednesday, to Rich People Read. And you, my friends, are dismissed.
Yeah. Escucha. Mío en tu habitación, solo los 2 segundos que hay que detener. Porque si no siento tu voz o tu olor, te extraño y te quiero ver. Tanto me falta, todas esas noches tan soñadas, que me levantes la mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicada. Me haces falta, bebé. Dime qué tengo que hacer pa' tenerte de una vez, pa' no poderte perder. Dulce, eres mi bombón. Te quiero melocotón. Por ti corro un maratón. Solo de la dirección. Tú y yo, queriendo más amor. Pa' mí no es suficiente. Yo quiero tu calor. Tú y yo, con esa conexión. Somos lo que la gente no ha visto de los dos. Tanto me falta, todas esas noches tan soñadas, que me levantes la mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicar. Mira, somos perfectos, es algo indiscutible. Mi estilo y tu estilo no están disponibles. Solo soy sensible cuando te tengo porque eres irresistible. Tus labios combinan con tus ojos, porque eres tan pretty que hasta yo de eso miento. Chica, que necesito mis anteojos. Quiero verte en noche hermosa de todos modos. Tú y yo, queriendo más amor. A mí no es suficiente, yo quiero tu calor. Tú y yo, con esa conexión. Somos lo que la gente no ha visto de los dos. Tanto me falta, todas esas noches tan soñadas, que me levantes a mirar. Tú tienes pinta de indicada. Tanto me falta, todas esas noches tan soñadas, que me levantes a mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicada.